Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Little Bit Late channel. Good evening and good morning in your time. So, tonight is January 10, 2024, 9 p.m. local time. So, I would like to shout out to Tactic Provide PH. Thank you so much for waiting. And also Boyet Im channel. Thank you so much. And Papa Job TV, thank you for for waiting. So my content for tonight or day in your time is New Year resolution for 2024. So I'm sure you have New Year's resolution for that because that's common for Filipino that have before the end of year they have list of New Year resolution. And then uh, is there etiquette for respect? So that's very that's very important. So whether you're in the Southeast Asia or you're in the Western, or that's that's very very important to a person that has etiquette for respect. So that's very important. When it comes to the word respect, it's not the it's not the simple status in life. Okay, it's just like your etiquette or the rules for respect. That's important, guys. And of course, for those Filipino, the New Year's resolution is Mhm. so it's one of the top list. Okay, so for those who wants to share your New Year resolution, you're welcome to share with us. And I also gonna share, my New Year's resolution for 2024. But it's just like, the 2023 is not really good for, for us, especially last Christmas and last New Year. So that's kind of a sad moment, but life must go on, life must move on. So that's, that's the first thing that I'm gonna remember things, in life that, no matter, well, it's just like things that, think if somebody's uh leave, somebody came, or if somebody's failed, there's there's a solution. Because it's not a lot of people, once they they fail, they stop. But it's just like for me, never stop. Because the more the first thing that comes in my mind once you failed is just like you learn. Okay, you learn. And every failure that you made in life, there's so many factors that you learn. So that's that's how I look when it comes to failure. So it's not really a hindrance for me. If you have failure, all you have to do just keep doing and correct that. And because once you stop doing things, once you fail, you cannot really get your goals in life. That's that's how I look. And different angles in life. Angles. Angles. And as you can see, guys, that I don't know for those if you're familiar with my background. So I'm not really believe on that, but if if there's if there's a belief and then you work for it, some wish come true, some they don't, because I think like like the feng shui, they keep doing all the Chinese feng shui, but they never work. It's lack of lack of action. Excuse me. That sometimes it won't um, came true, or your wish is not granted, because of course there's the feng shui thing is just like a guide for a person, but number one is you have to work on it, because if you don't work, no luck. But brother Doggy, thank you for coming. And Dave, hi Dave, long time no see, Dave. How are you, Dave? Oh, and Britt, hello Britt, thank you for coming, Britt. And Scott, I know you have a good time in the now, Scott. I saw your video, so I'm happy that you're happy. So that's one thing for for a Filipina, that if Western men come here in the Philippines and I can see joy on their face, that's that's a it's a it's accomplished for a Filipino, that you have a good time stay here in the Philippines. Oh, thank you so much, Britt, for sharing my video. I salute I salute you that. Thank you, Britt. Okay, let me see who's my guest here.
Hi. Okay, hi.
Hi, Sharon. Good
Hi, Beth.
evening.
Good
So,
evening. And what's the topic?
okay, the topic is New Year's resolution, and then is there a etiquette for respect? So I
Okay.
think Gitchi Lions try to get in, but I think the signal is quite slow. So good evening, Sharon. Thank you for coming.
Good.
I really appreciate because
Okay. Yeah,
I know.
anytime, no problem.
So how is your trip to the Magete? I can see that you enjoy walking on the boardwalk.
Yeah, it was nice, and I was so very happy because Laura experienced other cities, so she voiced out what she experienced there and what she disliked and what she likes in Dumaguete.
Yeah, when when you when you ask her, first I can feel Laura that the first time that she was so excited, it suddenly was canceled. I can feel her. Oh, by the way, let
Mm.
me Bob. Hello, Bob. You can join with us, Bob.
Hi, Bob. Good evening.
Okay, from Dave, I'm wet. We have wet snow falling here. But you know what, Dave? We're hot because it's really it's hot here in the Philippines.
Yeah, it's really hot here in the Philippines, and you know that my daughter cannot resist hot. That she can't resist hot, so that's why she turn on her aircon and her room mostly every time. I mean, 24/7.
Hi,
Hi,
Gucci. Good
Christy. Nice
evening.
meeting you.
Hey,
Nice to see you
on the
again.
road. Thank you. I'm on the road.
And are you still in Cebu, Gichi? Because Sinulog is coming.
No, I'm not actually not there. I'll probably just come through. Cebu on the way to San Carlos, but I
Mm,
don't think I'm gonna try to do Sunulu this year. I don't. I have to think about it. I don't think I will, or I think I may just gear up for next year.
okay.
Okay, Bob, the link is on, on the comment section. Yeah, it's posted on the comment section.
Okay.
Let me.
Oh, okay. I see the comments.
Okay, there you go. Okay, go ahead, Bob. So how is your day in San Carlos, my big bro Gitchy Lion?
Well, for the last few days, I mean, I've been into clothing because I had to renew my visa.
Mm. So there's
Renewing
you
the
know there's
visa.
there's a thing that you can renew in Cebu City.
Right. The reason why I couldn't go there is because I renewed here last time and I applied for the ACR card here, so I had to come back. I had to
Mm,
come back to Tacloban to get that.
okay.
And I wanted to come back here anyway because I wanted to see the school site, the construction site,
Mm. Okay, so
which
our subject for tonight is, I can see that, I think, is you have a phone that it's on, because I can see I can hear the echo.
I just have one phone on YouTube. That's this phone right here, the StreamYard. Let me see if I have YouTube on. You shouldn't hear it now.
So, okay, no echo.
Right.
Ah,
Yeah, I don't have YouTube on.
okay, hold on. So okay, guys. So I can mute first so that there's no echo. So each of us will I'll give you 3 or 5 minutes to talk, because I can hear the echo. Okay, so New Year's resolution for 2024, and then my I can hear I can hear the echo.
It's not me. I do not have YouTube on at all. Cut it off.
Okay. So, um, Getchi, what is your New Year's resolution for 2024?
Hmm. I mean, honestly, I don't necessarily have one that
Okay.
I wanted to say for 2024. All I pretty much know that, I did a lot in 2023. I personally went through a lot and made a lot of, big decisions, big moves. The biggest of which was deciding to actually move to the Philippines, which I actually did it. Probably a lot of people didn't believe I was going to do it. But now that I've done that here, this is going to be a year of us have to adjust not of being here. And I heard a little bit of what you said earlier about failures and I guess learning from them. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I heard you say that. So that sounds like a good policy. What you said on that. Anywhere you may think you have failed or whatever, if you can learn something and not repeat,
Yeah,
the situation.
exactly.
I think that is a very good deal. So that should be the one of the number one resolutions, if there were any, is to learn from the past mistakes and errors and other things that have happened. So that's a good one, Lily. I think I'll take that one as the number one.
Okay. So how about you, Shaw? Are you consider that the New Year's resolution, and then the mention that failure is not really is not really a big thing. It's just like it's just like you learn. You learn. So once you failed, don't stop. So and you have, instead of stop, you have to learn from from the uh failure that a person done in life. So in your opinion, what is your what is your New Year resolution for that kind of situation about
Okay, my New Year's
failure?
resolution is fieldness is kind of learn that learn I mean it's a reason that you don't give up anything, because you must keep strong and give strength, because it's not you don't lose hope that despite you failed one time you just give up. So no, because like what they said, try and try until you success and then or succeed, and then a failure is one thing that people can learn or can wake up their mind that this is the lesson that I learned. I failed, so I will do all of my best next time and not to be failed.
Okay, so what about the etiquette, when it comes to respect? Is there's a rules for you that the etiquette for respect?
Oh yeah, because all of us we need to respect each other, because if we don't respect each other, there will be a very big problem. So if the people doesn't respect towards other people, we cannot change them. It's their behavior. It's their behavior. And then if they cannot change it to themselves, it's you who change it the way you treat to them. Because they don't realize if they treat you wrong, if they don't respect you, so don't respect them. Why you respect them that they don't
Mhm.
respect you? So yeah, so better that we have more respect. We have respect to ourselves, but we need to respect also towards other people, because that's very important, and I teach that to my daughter.
Okay, so yeah, it's just like there's a saying that if you want to respect, if
Mm,
if somebody will respect you, it really comes from you first. How you deal, how you
yeah.
show respect with, because it's just like it's um uh there's a people that I experience this, they have really don't manners, but you don't want to argue, but it's just like, and you try to explain that there's something not right the way you talk, but some people they don't really understand that, because if you're gonna confront this, particularly Filipino, Sharon, I'm sure that they will saving
Mm,
face. They will not accept the fact that they have attitude towards you. So just like me, that I can see people. I'm nice to a nice person, but if I can do something that there's a little attitude,
Mm.
I'm gonna okay. I don't really want, I don't really want to exchange the word, but I can feel that, there's a certain limit only that I can deal with this person. Okay, guys, let me, maybe
Yes,
this
and
is
you know
my,
that there are some people also there are no GMRC. So GMRC is just like no good manners and right conduct. They
yeah.
don't
Mhm.
have that. Hi, Bob.
Hi,
Good
Bob. Thank you for coming, Bob.
good
Good
morning, Miss Sharon.
morning. Good morning.
Oh,
Good
wow.
morning, Genji. Yeah, I learned
Oh,
that a foreigner, if you're living over in the Philippines, you have to be very careful about being confrontational because you can be
mm,
turned in for deportation. If and you could be deported because you're being confrontational with your neighbors or someone. So we have to be careful about that stuff.
yeah. Because, I saw some, well, it's just like, even though here in my, in my place, there's a American that, when I go to the lobby and do stuff, I heard him that, his voice, I can tell the tone of his voice that, something that, for me, it's just like he's not really look into the person that equal. There's a certain thing, workers that, he treat the workers is different than, than other, people living here, because the reason why, here in my place, there's a service elevator, and then there's a two elevator residence, okay, for the tenants in, owner only. And then, the other, the service elevator, that's for, workers, or,
Hmm.
if there's a delivery. The thing is, there's a patient on the fifth floor, that, talk to the, to the guard in the lobby, that, the service, elevator is not, just give her time, because, the, the straight chair for, to, bring the patient down, it's not fit on the, the,
Mm.
residence elevator. And then I was there, because, I get some of my parcel in the lobby, and I heard and then he said, because, the worker deliver water from, other floors. And then he was, I can hear, his voice is screaming, but, I feel bad about that, because even though that, okay, I understand that, you protect your place, okay, but it's just like shown that, for me, that, there's a races about, um the thing between, the tenants and the worker, because he didn't ask first, the reason why this worker go on the residence elevator. And
Mm.
then, the receptionist told him, no, no, sir, but, he didn't listen. I think three times that, the receptionist tell him. And then that's what I feel that, oh my God, this is terrible. And I can see some, in Europe, that, and it reminds me about, the Asian, especially Bob, in the States, that it suddenly, the COVID thing, that,
Mm.
any Asian or Filipino, Chinese, Korean, they attack. So I feel bad about that. So it's not like, oh my God, that's the first time I experienced that. Oh, I just shocked about that, situation. So it's just like, for me, it's just like, the manners is not on him, because if he has manner, he can talk to this worker, not to yelling, because I can tell, the tone of the voice. You can really can tell that, it tells me that, oh, you're not allowed here. You're not allowed here. But in my situation, in my opinion, you have to know first. Have to know first, because he's not listening to the receptionist that tell him, sir, no, for the meantime, because there's a patient, upstairs, that, using, the service. So this worker cannot able to use, because, there's a patient coming down. So I'm not used of doing that. So I realized, oh my God, so I'm gonna prepare myself, if I go to the States, because we never know. It might somebody attack me, especially if they know that I'm Asian. It's still, it's still happen in the state. I'm not saying all, all American. I'm doing that, but some really don't care if you were,
Well,
So it, the
I would
the
say that was
manners and
probably
the
just
respect.
one individual's problem. There are
Yeah.
millions and millions of Asians here in the US. Millions. They're nothing new. We don't discriminate against them. The one right over here, it's a white guy with a Korean lady.
Hmm.
They're just their neighbors. You hear a lot of negative stuff about the US. You hear a lot, but that's told by people who have never been here.
Yeah.
If you listen to the nonsense news, we all hate each other. Racially divided, we all hate each other. No, we don't. It's do you understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of misinformation being broadcast across the world about the US. A lot, a great deal. So you won't be discriminated against because you're Asian or you're black or American Indian. You won't. Just across the street right here is an American Indian woman with her white husband. Right here is a Filipino woman with her white husband. The people behind me are from Bangladesh. Another family down at the end of the block are from India. We're used to having Asians and other people. Don't believe a lot of the stereotype nonsense that you hear. Just talk to us directly. We'll tell you the truth. You won't be discriminated against. I mean, if maybe if you do, you get somebody who's not all there, who's crazy. I mean, honestly, we're pretty mellow people most of the time. We are more aggressive than Filipinos, but that's our society.
Yeah. Okay, so get you lions, have you experienced, Filipino that, uh has no manners towards you, or they show an attitude when you go, or like, go in the restaurant, or go in the mall, or dealing with the bank. Have you experienced that, somebody has, attitude on you?
No, I wouldn't say directly. I just think maybe in some cases there there may be a service. Maybe they're used to doing service a different way. I don't think there was nothing like directly just I say I'm treating him this way because of this. No, I don't think it's that at all. But it just may be some customs here that may not be in the U.S. Is like he was saying.
Hmm.
Usually people in the West maybe may attend to maybe speak more strongly. When they speak. Not necessarily that they're angry or anything or confrontational, but that's just the way it's kind of a response really to the environment, you know. But like outright, discrimination like that, no, I haven't really experienced that I can really say. I mean, a service is service. I mean, I believe
The
if somebody's doing something a certain way, they do it across the board and not because of a particular individual.
my only experience of racial bigotry in the Philippines, it is there. My experience is in the damn taxi drivers. They will
Yeah,
overcharge a
okay.
foreigner being alone
Yeah,
every chance they get,
they
and
will. Yes.
mhm, every chance they
Yeah,
get. Hmm.
yeah. I ran into that, but a couple times because I was able to learn a little navigation of how to get around, I was able to sidestep some of that.
Yeah, me too.
Even when I the most glaring example of when I got to Tacloban Sunday night, and right there in the baggage claim, they can arrange your taxi or whatever, and they wanted to charge 400 peso.
Hmm.
So I didn't jump on that. As soon as we walk out, I think I saw a taxi driver out there. I think he might have said 300. And I
Well,
said,
you should be
no, let me
thankful.
just. In the meantime, I looked up and there's a big sign here saying that they have a jeepney going directly downtown. So, and then the motorcycle driver came up. He wanted to try to get me to go with him, which I guess I could have in this case, I just had one bag. But he wanted 200. So you see the price. But anyway,
Yeah.
and then he saw, at that by that time I had already seen the sign for the jeepney. So I was like, kept saying, no thanks. But he kept following me. But kept he went down to 150. I said, okay. I just asked a couple people. I said, where's the jeepney stop? And I just kept on going over there to the jeepney stop. And guess how much I paid to come all the way downtown to my hotel? 22 pesos.
I was going to say 25. Yeah. Yep. Hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
Sharon.
mean,
Okay, it makes me laugh. Kitchi. Okay, Sharon. So, have you experienced, Sharon? Not not Filipino or other other national that you uh shown that they have attitude towards you, because I know you've been through a lot of foreign bloggers that you collab. So sometimes once send a message that you want to collab, have you experienced that sometimes they respond you, but there's a little attitude.
No, so far I didn't experience that, but I experienced to a local people.
Local people.
Mm.
So what what experience is that they do a gossip, or
Oh boy, chismiz.
No, there was a time. There was a time that I was in the public transportation. It's called V Hire here, and then I had a sit. There was a woman next to me or in front of me who has a baby, and then her baby eating biscuits, and then the biscuit is full on the car, inside the car, and then the driver see it, and then he said he's just kind of make his voice loud or loud to the lady that what are you doing, you just take all the mess of your uh, um, child doing on my car, and then because I don't like it, so it's just like he yelled to the woman. So I said to her, I told to him, sir, excuse me, at the first place, it's a passenger van, right? So it's your it's your work to clean your car um after the trip, or when you park your car you can clean it. It's your responsibility to clean your car, and you can talk to her in a very nice way, not shouting, because she is not a child, she is an adult, so please respect because there are other passenger, I told him.
Okay. So it's not it's not personally that that happens in the other people. Okay, Bob, what
Hmm.
is your 2024 New Year resolution? Because me,
Reso.
uh, my New Year's resolution, oh my God, this is, because I feel that, I gained weight for, last year. So even though that, I really love to eat, but, I have no, I stick on my, stick on my New Year's resolution that I have to least eat food. So if I eat 1 cup of rice, so I'm gonna do half cup. So I stand so well. I started 3 days ago, but I cannot, when when I feel, when I feel hungry, that, I'll just, oh, how can I, how can I raid my, my refrigerator? But I saw some leftover food. Oh my God, I'm so, but, I have to stick on my New Year's resolution. That's, that's crazy. Because, for me, I'm not spring chicken. So I have to be careful about, the food that I eat, so
Weight loss
so
and
that's why.
not really. Uh, I I don't a weight loss. No, the only thing that I'm going to do different this year is um I'm going to go down the street and join a gym so I can get out and do more walking. It's too cold to walk outside here now. Last year I
Yeah.
walked outside, but I'm 60 years old. I don't like walking outside anymore in the winter. I'm not going to do it. So I'm just going to go join a gym just to walk inside. That's all.
Hmm.
I mean, why would I need to lose weight? Look at all this handsomeness right here. Look at this. This is this is purty. This is handsome right here.
Good attitude.
Yeah. Mm.
So how about you, Getchi? So you have no resolution for your for your diet, for your for body exercise for for 27.
Well, one thing I need to do, and I've already, I think since I've been here, I think I've lost at least 10 pounds
Oh,
since I arrived here.
what did you do?
And
You just less eat.
well, I'm going to tell you what, two things. I was at that volunteer camp in Tacloban for like
Mm,
27 days. So, I mean, I was out there, in the hot sun, doing that, some manual labor and things like that. So that's part of it. And
Hmm.
then the other thing, I guess, is the food that I had access to, maybe, was different. So that's one thing I know there's going to be something I have to really look into that may be challenging is really trying to eat eat something uh, diverse, that's not like it was in America, because everything was basically. I mean, I ate pretty simply there, but a couple of those simple things I haven't found here really in the Philippines yet. So that's something I had to get used to. I'm also he was mentioning the gym. I did look at a gym last week. I may start trying to go to gym maybe a couple times a week. But one thing I do a lot of usually on a daily basis, and that's walking. I walk. So if you walking out there in this 80 degrees, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's going to affect how much weight.
Hmm.
It's not so much the weight, it's the fitness for me.
I walk a lot more when I'm in Davao than I do here.
Yeah, I was in Davao. Yeah, I spent
Mhm.
I spent 26 days in Davao. And actually, I mean, I finally remember being there. I did quite a bit of walking
Hmm.
when I was on Davao, right there on JP Laurel. You know about that?
I do. Yeah, I know it.
Oh yeah, I was doing a lot of walking on JP Laurel.
So how about you, Sharon? So I know that you have no resolution when it comes to your diet because I can see that you're still maintain your figure. But me, I have to be careful, even
Slim
though that
Goody.
you know I love to eat, but I have to. I have to. I don't want to become big Shirley.
Okay, my diet is I don't need to be in diet because even if I eat a lot, even if I eat more often, I will not become so big. Like I will not become over 47 kilos. I am just still stay 45 kilos. I cannot become big, really. I don't know why. I think it's because of my genes and my metabolism work very well. And my New Year resolution is I wish that my daughter will success in her life and finish her school. Actually, she is very courageous at school, and to make my loved ones happy, especially if I will find my future companion, I would like to make him happy. And I wish also that a world will be a better because the world now is not just like a kind of there is no peaceful, so there is war between other country or something. So
Yeah.
I wish that the world will become better soon.
Yeah.
And all
So
to all of my subscribers also, and to all the people, wish them a good health and more blessings. That's it.
that's
That
nice.
includes me.
Oh yeah, of course. I said all.
Get
I said
Cash.
all. You didn't hear that? I said all. All the people and
Uh,
all of my
I,
subscribers.
listen, I was just taking advantage of what you said to just get a little dig in right there.
Excuse me.
Gitchy,
Yeah.
have you
At least she's
already installed
smiling.
the Gitchy Cash? Gitchy Cash.
There's my loving wife. Let's see.
Okay, so okay, for Gitchy and Bob. Okay, you've been
Mm-hmm.
already here in the Philippines. So
Uh,
uh okay, and then the food in the States and food here in the Philippines. What do you think? Which food is more healthier than than which food? I mean, which food is in your opinion is a little healthier than than the usual that you eat?
for me, I think the food in the Philippines is healthier because I live up north. Excuse me, up north by the Canadian border. We don't get any fresh food. We don't get any fresh vegetables until summertime. We get,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, everything here is frozen or canned and trucked in from Mexico or shipped in from Hawaii. Because I live in the north,
Mm-hmm.
and there in the Philippines, like example is every time my brother-in-law comes over to our house, he brings an armload of bananas and mangoes, fresh,
Wow.
right off the tree.
Wow.
We don't have it here. uh,
Mm.
the stuff that's fresh in our grocery stores was picked in Mexico and trucked in days and days ago, or kept in a refrigerator truck for days and days. So I'd say that the freshness and the flavor is much better in the Philippines, but the beef in the U.S. is better.
Yeah,
We
that's
have
right.
better beef here, but
Mm.
over there we have better fish and produce in the Philippines.
Fish and vegetable and
Fish and
fruit, but
vegetables.
when it
Hmm.
comes to beef, when it comes to beef, Bob,
Hmm.
especially if you buy the local steak. Oh my God, it's tasteless. It's tasteless.
Yeah.
So how about you, Gichi? What do you think? Which food is healthier, in the States or here in the Philippines?
I think there's healthy food here. There's healthy food in the States.
Hmm.
It's just that where if you can have what you think is healthy where you are. One thing I like about here is it seems to be a lot of fresh fish available here,
Hmm.
which I think is pretty good as far as that goes. I
Yeah,
know
because fish
yeah, very
full of
popular, a lot of fish.
omega 3. That's good for the heart.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. And now, one thing I did that I do see is a lot of rice. A lot of the rice stores, white rice. Now, I went
Right.
into the store today into Clover. Now, they did have my other rice. So I got me a bag of brown, because basically I grew up on brown rice. But they had black and they had red. They had basmati and all of that, because
Yeah.
I mean, actually, if I have the right food together with that rice, I could eat that rice every day. But not so. I probably not so much the white. I'm a brown. Person as
Hmm.
far as the brown rice. It takes longer to cook, but it's much more healthy. Retains the nutrients, especially if you can get the organic. But I have been in enough of the supermarkets here to see that there's just certain things that you can't rarely find when you go into the grocery store, some of the grocery stores here. Some of the ones you go to may not have a lot of fresh vegetables and fruits in their store. That may be because usually they would have an open market where you can buy those things outside.
Mm-hmm.
So they figured that they wouldn't want to compete, I guess, with the outdoor market. Just like, for example, Sharon, you're very familiar with Mandawi City.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
I
a
was
city
at.
where I
Yeah,
lived
I
before. I
was.
had a family there.
Yes, yeah, I was actually there. I went to Mandari City, the public market, and that's an example of the markets. Probably, if you go to, you have a grocery store around there, they probably don't want to compete with that. So that could have something to do with it. Obviously, different cities may have different things available. But as far as I think you can get, you're just kind of restricted sometimes as far as what you can get. So that's one thing I have to work out is what routine I'm going to have as far as what foods.
Yeah, cause me, cause every week here in my place, there's a Kadiwa market. The Kadiwa market is just like all the local vegetable. They just bring it here in my place, so the price is less compared to the price in the supermarket. So I buy bunch of vegetable, because like I mentioned that I really want to lose weight. So I eat a lot of vegetable, and then meat, not beef, because I don't know when before I love beef, but now it's just like I just taste, but I'm not really into that thing to eat beef. Now I just eat fish, sometimes pork, and usually chicken. But if I eat everyday chicken, I have allergy on chicken. So alternate beef, pork or chicken. So the price in Kadiwa market is it's less than the supermarket. So I just I buy a lot of meat from Kadiwa market, and then good thing that I have freezer, so I stock all the meat under my freezer. So I save a little money for that, going to Kadiwa market or farmers market. That's the right term. Hi,
I'm just
Sassy Adams.
I'm
Thank
going
you
to
for coming.
stir up some trouble. My wife's at work right now. I'm at home, and she said, "Hon, don't forget to eat." And I said, "Later, baby. I'm on
Oh,
a
that's
live.
cute.
Later, baby. I'm on a live with two Filipinas right now. We'll see what she says."
Oh, Bob, don't get your wife will get
No,
jealous of us.
no,
You
she's
know,
not gonna get
Filipino.
jealous because he's not on OnlyFans.
No. Let's see what she says. Well, she's just immediately. Hey, she just immediately sent back a text. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, 53 Shades Darker in the Philippines. Hello. So, Filipino are very celosa, you know.
Yeah, she also
When
knows
it,
that I'm at home and I don't go out and run around. I just like to tease her once in a while. Yeah.
so some Filipino, well, it's just like, well, for me, it's just sometimes, Frank teasing me, but, like your wife tell you,
Yeah.
Bob, that, ay nako, I always tell that also to Frank, ay nako.
Hmm.
So, and then Frank told me, Nicole cannot do that.
I did something really foolish once, teasing her when I was over in the Philippines, and I said, something like, "Oh, hon, look at her. Oh la la," just to just to get her irritated. She says, "Mister, I will put you out of the house and hand you your passport. However you get home is up to you." Okay, she's not so pretty. Forget it. Forget it.
Well, sometimes it's okay, but if you're gonna keep, oh, they're gonna,
No,
Filipino
not all
will
the
be
time.
upset of that.
Not all the time. Not all the time. I know better. No, we've been a couple for 20 years, so she knows
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, so Shansi Adams, it's kind of cold in Chicago right now. Yeah, they said
No kidding.
devil's advocate. What do you mean,
That's a fact.
David? What do you mean, David? Oh, guys, for those wants to sponsor the show, feel free. Okay. So Sharon, um, last New Year, last New Year, I can say that you have bunch of food on the table. Do you have visitors coming in your place, or just your daughter and
No,
you?
it's just only me, my cousin, my makeup artist, and Laura. And we prepare that food so that we will have rest food on the next day. We don't need to cook because we've been tired because we've been spent the night after the New Year Eves, and then we went to bed quite late in the evening. So we prepare some food, and then we didn't we that here. I mean, we prepare so much food, but not big quantity. It's just a little bit quantity. It's good for 4 person or 6 person, but it's more. But on the next day, we eat that, and the other is I send it. I give it to my cousin because uh, fortunately, also they came here at my house and they went to the beach the next day, January 1, because it's my cousin's birthday also. So yeah, I share them the rest, but the rest is we keep it in the freezer.
You know what? I thought that the food that I prepare for New Year just only 2 person, but you know what is more than that. So this is the thing that we've been eating that leftover for 3 days. My goodness.
Yeah,
But
and
Oh,
the cook the and that the cook I mean the food that we cook is just like we make it sure that it will last longer days, like 3 days or 4 days.
and New Year, so on the 12th, we just drink the the martini. I say, oh my God, I drink a lot. I drink a lot. So when I look, the alcohol content is 7.5. And then, I told to Frank, I can't, I can't stand, my eyes. So I feel sleepy. But, Frank watching, the series that he always watch in HBO. And then I go to bed. So he told me that he cannot go to bed because I occupy the bed. And then I told him, no, I just sleep on my side. And then he told me, no, sweetheart, you drunk. You just occupied, the bed. And then I told him, no, no. And then, the last time that, I was in the bed, because when he left on the bed, I just, oh my God, my bed, this is my bed. So,
mhm.
you know what? He took a picture and showed it to me. So, well, I cannot deny. But on the New Year, I told him no. Because that's in your mind that you have to sleep on your side. But he forgot to take a picture. But I occupied the bed because I just finished. I told him, no, come on, let's finish this. Martini, and then he said no. So I finished, I finished, and then I feel, I drank because when I check, oh my God, it's 7.5 alcohol
Unfortunately,
content.
you don't have hangover on the next day, on the next morning. That's the one thing reason that I stopped drink alcohol because I've been trying that. I was drunk, and you know the one thing that I drank and I was knocked down. It was Chivas Regal.
Oh my God.
I drank that Chivas Regal before, and I was knocked down. And on the next morning, I said, "My God, my head is so very heavy, and I just want to drink cold water." I said, "I'm gonna stop this."
I have
So
a I
that's
have
why
a
I stopped drinking.
I have a weight problem when I go to Davao because oh my God. I'll give you an example. Last April when we went over, I gained 10 pounds in 1 month. 10 pounds.
Wow. So you
I
eat a
wo-
lot.
I'm forced to. I'm forced to eat it. I have all these nieces and nanas and all the cousins and aunties. And one morning I woke up and there's 5 Filipinas in our kitchen, all of them cooking. And every one of those girls load up a plate and bring it over to Uncle Bob. Load up a plate and bring it out over to me. And it's like, oh my God, ladies. And you got to eat it. You have to eat it because they'll get upset if you don't. By the end of the month, I gained 10 pounds. We had a bunch of Filipinos staying with us, and they all have their signature dish, and I have to eat a little bit of their signature dish that they prepare. I'm not complaining, but I gained 10 pounds in 1 month.
Yeah, it's just like, this is so funny, Bob, because, when I, first came here, or, Frank came here, just come here to marry me, and I
Hmm.
saw him in the airport. Oh my God, a, a 6 foot tall man and very slim. Oh my God, I think to myself, oh,
I know
he
what you're
really
thinking.
needs me. He
You
really
need.
needs me.
Yep.
And you know what? After 1 year, Bob, oh my God, he complained about me, sweetheart. Stop feeding me because all my blue jeans cannot fit on my. He has to unzip her because it won't fit. And then because the thing about food, Bob, it's just like Filipino, we always eat on time, 3 times,
Yep.
not only 3 times, sometimes
Hmm.
4 to 5 times, including the midnight snack, or the noontime snack. So I
I
have I have a little adjustment about that because Frank, he just eat if he's hungry. But for
Yeah.
Filipino, even though you have to eat lunch, it doesn't matter if you eat breakfast. You have to
Hmm.
eat things. We never escape meal for a day.
One thing a Filipino will never confess to. Now, I grew up with lots of Asians here, lots of them. And an Asian lady, in common of all Asian ladies, they want to make her husband fat. They want to give him a round belly because then all the other ladies will see that that is a married man right over there because he's got see, look at that, look at
I've
Sharon
heard that.
smile.
I've
That's
heard
right.
that.
That is a fact, but the girls will never confess to that. Oh no, hon, I just want you to eat well. No, you don't. We want you to have a big round belly so the other ladies will know I'm married. No, no, hon, it's because I care for you. It's
Oh my
subversive.
goodness.
It's subversive. These Asian ladies are smart.
And then there's a it's a Filipino way, Bob, Gitche Lion, that if there's a little little
Yeah.
leftover food, we cannot do that. You have to finish that. So that's what I did to Frank. Frank, no, don't, because if you're gonna reheat that, it won't taste good. Okay, so you have to you have to eat it that all. And then one time that okay, sweetheart, please, please stop feeding me because I can't breathe. I can breathe because of of the his belly is so big. And then sometimes I teasing him, when is your due date for for giving birth.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife calls my round belly her pillow. That's my that's my pillow. That's my pillow. That's my pillow. Oh, example, last night she tried it. She pulled up a new dish on the internet and she prepared it. It was like a potato and sausage casserole. She made a big dish of it, and she served me up on a special plate. Try this, hon. I said, "Oh my God, it's good, hon." And before I even finished that plate, she threw more on my plate, and baby, I can't eat that much. Well, just try, hon. I want you to be full so you'll sleep well.
Okay, so let me thank you, Bacon Girl. Thank you for for super chat. Okay, Happy New Year, Lilibet and Frank, Sharon. Get ready, cause here I come, Sharon. Beacon girl will
Okay,
come.
come, Beacon girl. I am waiting and I am ready.
Hmm.
So that's that's sometimes it makes me laugh about when I first time I saw Frank that now, my God, he told me, sweetheart, don't feed me too much, so I just let him, but me.
Good luck, buddy. Good luck
I
to
just
him.
So I just eat by myself, but I understand. Okay. So, but sometimes, I don't know. I can't really stand that, my husband cannot eat. So I just, I just
Hmm.
tell him, my love, what do you want? What do you want to eat? And then he will say, food. And then I tell him, what kind of food? So name it. I will prepare for you. So it's just like for me, for Bob engaged, it's just like it makes me feel, it's make me feel happy when I saw, when I saw my husband eat and enjoy the food that I cook instead of going outside that he will tell, oh, this is good. It's
Hmm.
Sure.
the feeling that
True.
you cook, and
Hmm.
then your husband will will after you will hear the the loud belt, and then he
Hmm.
will tell you thank you, and this is good. So I feel okay. So sometimes, I'm gonna check. Oh, sweetheart, what is your plan? Buy another food? No, because we already. I have, I have food that I really want to cook for you, and then oh my God, and then he just he just shake, he just shake
Yeah.
his head because he cannot really I cannot really stop to feeding him.
Yeah, but as a treat, once a week, I take my wife out on a date so she doesn't have to cook. She loves that part. Yeah. She loves to go out on a food date or dinner date, you know. She cooks a lot. Usually it's just she and I. Our kids are grown up, and she'll cook a lot and put it in in the fridge. She makes sure that I eat, and I she'll respect and love back to her. I take her out on a dinner date once a week.
Yeah, it's just like what Gichi like. Yeah, you hear that. So I really want to have you, a partner that that you can experience what my husband experienced, and also Bob what he experienced on his Filipino wife. So
Hmm.
don't shy, don't shy, to talk with with Filipino women.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
any of you fellas out there listening who are courting a Filipina, you got to put on your boots and go over there and see her. If you really care
yeah,
about her and you think your relationship will work, get on that airplane and go.
yeah,
I,
because
I can't I can't give them any better advice, but you've got to go and you got to be there right next to her. And
mhm.
yeah, I know
Yeah,
there's
it's
a
just
lot of
like
videos about there's a lot of videos about courtship and what should do and what should not do, but you got to lace up your boots and be a man and go over there and sit with her. That's my best advice I got. You know.
yeah, I believe that I believe that your comment about, because imagine that like like your love story, you're
Hmm.
for 4 years, and then
4
look,
years.
and then
Yeah.
you're 20 years
Hmm.
married.
Yeah.
So it's just like, see how I really believe that for if you're meant for each other, no matter no matter how long that take, and then at the end of the day, the relationship will very successful. You've been together for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I know for a fact we will be. You know. Yeah. Did you know that, Sharon? That I would fly over and be with her as much as I could, but she had just started medical school. So I had to wait for her for 4 years. So I'd go over there, be with her every chance I got. But we talked on Skype every day, twice a day for 4 years while I'm waiting for her. It was worth it. it was worth it. But yeah, yeah. If you any of you single guys out there thinking about it, lace up your boots and go over there. Even if you don't have a girl to meet, go over there. Walk down the street, stop in at a local bakery and talk. Just talk, just communicate with people. There's
Mm-hmm.
so many single women over there, and they're
Yes,
really good women. 99% of them are really good women. And you won't go wrong. These girls will take good care of you for the rest of your life.
exactly. Okay, so I
Mhm.
have a question here for you, Sharon. Eyes on YouTube.
Dave.
She asked if you can, if you can, able to cook.
Yeah, I can
What,
cook. I
what
can
food
cook.
you
I
cook?
know how to cook. Mm. I
Name
know
it.
how to
Name,
cook.
name.
And when my lizzie's husband was here, during our marriage, I cook. We didn't go out in the restaurant often for to eat. We just prepare to eat at home, and I cook. I know how to cook. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question for Dave Dakin. So how about your love life now? Dave, how is your love life now? Is it, is it good? Yeah, that's, that's right, Bob, that, for your for those, for those who really wants to have a Filipino mate, all you have to do, just get up, take your boots in,
Hmm.
meet this woman, because you cannot. Okay, this is, the thing that LDR, the long distance relationship, is not really effective because uh especially that, this, this person is not really serious about, this woman that, just, for the short time knows. It's kind of a doubtful thing. So it's better, to deal with, in person. So if you're here, like, like you get you, it's your chance, it's your chance. You have so many chances that you can able, to find, because you're already here in the Philippines.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Hmm.
So, unlike that, if you're in the States, it's kind of a, dealing women online. It's a kind of a, it's a risky. But you already here in the Philippines, so it's easy for you to know that person. So yeah, don't waste your time, because I'm sure there's a lot of women will, will like you.
Yeah, and bit,
Yeah.
I also have a advice to all of the foreigners there who have an LDR relationship. If you wanted, just give more time to be with your Filipina before it's too late, because life is so short and you don't know what will gonna be happen. Like what happened to me after our marriage, we didn't been together for 6 years until my husband passed away. So spend the time to your companion or to your loved ones as much as you can before it's too late. Because me and my
Yeah.
deceased husband, we didn't have so much memories or time together. So as much as you can, spend time together with your companion or your girlfriend before it's too late.
Yeah, it's just like, like what Bob said, that, you don't have to wait until that,
Yeah.
the thing is over. So if you have, if if there's a chance that you can go on, visit her, do it,
Mm,
because, we never know that, you've been spent for many years
yeah.
LDR, and then all of a sudden you're surprised that your woman married to another person, because the
Mm,
person it's there, it's there. So it's really, you can see my logic, Sharon, that it's better to deal a man i there, beside you, than a person that, 8,000 miles away from you. The only thing that you hold is the, the words, the promise, but, If there's a man that, same quality of the man that you talk online, why you spend your time with this LDR that you don't really sure about that. So take the man that, that's beside you. So that's the thing that, people, they're really into the, I don't know why they say it, LDR, because there's, you're not there together.
Mm.
So it's a kind of, it's a kind of risky that you deal with, the long distance relationship, because, there's a lot of incidents here, and, particularly Filipina, that, um there's a lot of, Western men sending money, but, the thing is, the Filipina just received the money that they sent, and then there's a man, or there's either, Western man, or, Filipino beside here, her. It's just like they pick that person because he can feel, or she can feel this man. So that's,
Yeah.
that's important, that the person that you can, that you can rely on, then, that, 8,000 miles away from you. So the only thing that you can communicate on the screen of your phone, or, your laptop, the feeling is different than, than the person that you talk personally.
Hmm.
Yeah, so Gichi, take the woman, a Filipino woman on the spot.
Gichi, you have chances. Okay, don't,
Well,
don't try. You're very
hey,
quiet,
I'm
Gichi.
I'm pleading the Fifth Amendment. Sure, Bob
Smart.
knows what the Fifth Amendment
I know
is.
what it is.
I'm pleading the Fifth Amendment, on a lot of that, because I think one thing I did last year, I kind of came out probably a little bit too forcefully. At least it appeared that way in some areas. So that's one thing that will be making a significant shift in 2024.
Okay, let me read some of the comment. But you know what, Gichi? It's not too late, Filipino are easy to meet. A smile works wonders. Yeah. Well,
True. That's true.
it's just like, even now when I go to the supermarket, there's a lot, there's a lot of foreigner that, I tell to Frank, you know what, Frank, this sometimes, they with, Filipina, and then, the Filipina, they have, attitude in that, all of a sudden, especially in the escalator, and then, their man looking at me, and then, it's just accidentally that, our eyes, cross, and then, it's just like, I can see the eyes of the, this man is just say hello, and then I say, I just smiled, but, the Filipina was so invade, because, it's just like it shows that she grabbed, the arm of, the the
The
Mm,
boyfriend.
man.
It tells me,
I can
oh,
Yeah.
imagine.
she's fine, and
Hmm.
then I'm thinking, oh, come on, I'm married, so you don't. So it's just like when I share that to, to Frank, it just makes me laugh about that. It makes me laugh because, for, do you believe, Sharon, that, for, for Filipina that has a foreign man, it's a competition with the Filipina?
Yeah, especially the way of living. Yeah. There are some Filipina make their life, there are some Filipina make a competition. Like for example, yeah, especially the way of living. Mostly, I heard that mostly, especially some Filipina who are in the US and then they meet together. You know that they are saying that I bought a house in the Philippines worth with this one this
They
amount,
brag.
and then the other Filipina saying also, yeah, I me also my husband bought me a very nice house or a very huge land. So yeah, there is a
Hmm.
kind of competition between Filipina. So that's why you cannot trust to other Filipina, and there is also
True.
Filipina who downgrade with other Filipinas, especially their situation, and
Yeah.
especially also bet in the embassy, there are some Filipino people working in the embassy who are not entertaining their Filipino citizen. Okay, I agree that, because when I was in the Belgian embassy before, there was a Filipina woman worker, but they don't he she never entertained me what I did there, or what I need. So no, it's not. So that's there are I didn't generalize, but there are some Filipino
Yeah.
women or
Yeah.
Filipino attitude are like that.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out,
Yeah, because
fellas. When you go over there, fellas, speaking from experience here, been going there for
Mm.
20 years. Watch out, because some of those women will try to steal you away from your wife.
yeah,
Some
Yes,
of them do that.
right.
Some
yeah,
of them
and
will throw it right out there.
Bob, I had a friend of mine who is married from Sweden, and her husband told to me, Sharon, my wife, I don't want my wife to be to always visited, or to meet with other Filipina, especially every
Hmm.
week. So he agreed that her wife meet to other Filipina once a month, and then he doesn't want also that there are uh some Filipina come to their house, because they said Filipina is just your enemy also. They betray. Some
Yep.
Filipina betray you. So
Yep.
that's why he said to me,
Uh huh.
yeah, he said to me, you must be very careful to your fellowship.
Uh huh. I had it happen. I made a video about it on my channel when the whole family was off island hopping or whatever. And I'm a homebody. I like to just sit at the house there in Davao. Two really sexy dressed young ones walked
Mm,
past my place flirting.
mm,
Okay. And I had an honest, it was our first year in that house. I think it was the second time we went there. So I asked him, can you show me where a Sorry Sorry store is at? So I followed them, and in the complex where we live, I found it, got cigarettes, coffee, whatever I needed, and came back. And these girls were dressed sexy, and they were young ones. And I know what they want. And honey, you ain't gonna get it from me.
yeah, it's the same,
Um,
Bob. It's the same happened to my relatives in the island. I had a relatives, and then that
mhm.
her niece take her husband. So the husband of her auntie is,
I
yeah, that's it. It happened.
I
It
had that
happened.
I had that happen. I had that. It was a niece who threw it right out there. It's right here anytime you want it.
Yeah.
And she and I sat down and talked about it. And I said, if you need money, I understand, but this is not going to happen. I don't do that. And yeah, it escalated months later when we returned, and she was extremely disrespectful to me because I shot her down. So
Mm.
I didn't want to do it, but I forbid her from coming to my house again. I had
Mm,
to, because this one is trouble. This one is eventually going to cause my marriage trouble. And boy,
mm,
I was unpopular with the family. I sat all the adults down. And I said, this happened, and now this is happening now. I don't want her in my home anymore. Most of the family supported my decision. The good ones did. They said, "Yeah, we know about her, Bob. You did the right thing." But I had another family member who went into a hysterical screaming tantrum.
yeah.
You can't do that. You can't do that. Yes, yes, I can. This is my house, and I don't cheat on my wife, and I can't have this kind of problem in my home. She has to go. Period. You know, because two times we went there. First time she hit on me. She hit on me online before we arrived, and then it escalated all the way until we arrived in April when she was being disrespectful to me. That family will those girls will throw that ass at you guys. Doesn't matter if it's family or not. Sometimes
Mm,
those girls will do anything to break up your marriage.
yes.
Yeah.
Just the truth. That's experience, guys. That's not a lie.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
for
got
those,
to.
for those Western men, be careful about those, relatives of your Filipina partner. Don't don't trust, because you can really,
Mm-hmm.
base about, the experience that happened to Bob, that,
Yeah.
the, you know like like I mentioned that, Bob, that this these people are very in bay, like your wife, they're very in bay about that because your wife found a man like you.
Yeah.
They very get jealous on that.
Hmm.
Okay. And then of course they can see that they can get money from you, so they try to to tempt you, to do things. So they gonna test your
Yep.
yourself, that
Yep.
you might you might tempt, because once you tempt about that, you're gonna really fuck up your relationship or your
Uh huh.
marriage
Yeah.
thing with your
But
wife. So you have to be careful about that, because some this is what happened, because some Western men, they're very weak when it comes,
yeah.
their weakness
Hmm.
is women. So
Hmm.
they cannot say no, because their weakness is women, but they have to be careful if they care their wife,
Yeah. And
if they care
you,
their wife.
I we got a big family, and it's almost all females around the same age. All the nieces, a lot of them. And the really good nieces really treated me with a great deal of respect when I did that. That Uncle Bob does not fool around, and the other nieces really respected me even more after I shot that one down and dismissed her. You did the right thing, Uncle. You did the right thing. It, I found out immediately who my friends were and who my friends were not.
Hmm.
You know, I didn't want to have to do that, but I'm not going to have anybody screw up my marriage. I'm not doing it. Not going to do it. Until we part. That's it for me. You know,
Yeah,
just be
it's just like
careful.
it. Yeah, it reminds me about before we met, before I met Frank. He had been already here in the Philippines
Hmm.
twice,
Yeah.
because he has a Filipino friend, because they same work in IRS in Chicago. So his friend, his colleagues that invite him to visit, and then that's the time that Frank meet one of the the CEO of Citibank Philippines.
Hmm.
And there's the thing that he met some Filipina, and then the Filipina invite him to go to their to their village. Or and then this is so funny, because the Filipina is younger than younger than the Frank, and then the auntie same age with Frank. Okay, that time 10 years ago. And then it's so funny because the auntie, guys, the auntie told the niece that don't continue her relationship with Frank. Instead of her, why don't she give Frank to her? So it's just like it shakes my head. Oh my God, it's just
Yeah.
disrespectful, because no matter what, no matter the age gap, is just like, especially you're the auntie, you don't have to say that on your knees.
No. No.
So it's just like, oh my God, I can't, and that time, Frank told me that, oh my God, for me, I can't, we all girls, but we never see some, we never did something that it's really, is degrade us, disrespectful, or big sister. We never did that. But this, some Filipino, and I realized, oh, it happened because I just example, what Frank experienced before we met, that instead dealing with the niece, the auntie is interested with him. So the auntie
Yeah.
advised the niece that instead dealing with the Frank, the niece will give it Frank
Yep.
to her. So it's just like, I agree, I believe
Hmm.
what you said, Bob, because if
Yeah.
that's possible, that somebody will ruin your relationship, or your marriage with your wife. So
Yeah.
if you're
That's
not
that's
really, if you're not really
when
strong or tough enough, to stand, no, you can't.
when I went to
So
my niece who hit on me online before we arrived. I went after her immediately as soon as we arrived. I set her suitcases down. She ran out of the house, and I went around the back of the house and I said, "Come here, we need to talk. We can't do this." Da 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 da. Well, how about my mom? Do you want to be with my mom? Can you believe that shit? She even offered
Oh
me her
my God.
mom. Yeah,
My God.
she even
It's just
offered
like,
me her mom. And how about okay, if you don't want me or my mom, how about if I bring you a gay? No, honey, we this ain't gonna happen. I love my wife. I'm not doing this. So, but I know why you're doing it because you need money, and I understand that situation. So what I did was after we went back home, I made some different things in my shop to support her family business of selling plants. I have a machine shop right here, and brought it to her and her mom for Christmas, and they didn't want it. They didn't take any of it home with them for Christmas presents.
they
So
want
they
money.
they want the easy way out. I made them products to sell their plants so they could make their own money, but they didn't bring any of it home. Nothing. Absolutely. They left it all right there at my house. They just want that fast, easy.
Mm.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it evolved where I had to just go, you need to leave. You know, I want to help you, but I'm not going to hand you over money. And I sure as hell ain't going to sleep with you. You know, if you want money,
My
you go
God.
through my wife. You don't come to me. You
Mm-hmm.
know, go to my wife, not me. But where we live is in a complex of it's gated, guarded complex where we live there in Davao. And my wife advised me, why don't you just hang out with the expats? Be careful of the Filipinos. Hang out
Yeah.
with the expats. And I met some of them and found out that most of them are pretty cool. And they, like once a week, they meet at a Sari Sari store in the complex that's owned by an American. And they bring their wives on the back of their motorcycles, and all the expats park there. We associate with each other because it's safer for us. It's
Mm.
safer to be with one of our own than to take a chance of going out there and have that happen. The shit happens over there, man. I'm trying not to be insulting to Filipinos or Filipinas, but they know you have money and they'll
Mm-hmm.
throw that
Yeah.
ass at you to try to get it. And if that doesn't work, there's even been cases of, if you don't pay me, I'm going to claim you raped me. That shit happens. It's for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
So you better keep it in your pants. Don't touch nobody but your wife. You know.
Yes. And
Exactly.
Sir Bob, there are also some parents tolerate their children or tolerate their daughter even if they are doing bad.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, that's what that side of the family tolerates. In fact, her mom sent her to me to get sex for money, but and it ain't happening. But that's why I say most of the family respected me even more when I shot him, when I said, no, I'm not doing that. And especially my brother in law, he said, Bob, you did the right thing. You did protect your family at all costs, protect your wife, protect your family at all costs. You know, they hear stories too about how sometimes a mom or an aunt will send the young one over to, they know, they know better than we do. They live there.
Yes. Well, be careful for those, for those expats or, brothers. So, Gichi, have you experienced that, you like that woman and then suddenly you're, some of men that, trying to get that from you? Have you experienced that, like, okay, so you've been here for how many months in the Philippines? Have you see a woman that oh, this one is cute, this woman I like her, and then somebody will try to get that from you? Have you experienced that, Gigi? Because you've been through
No,
meet and greeting. Really?
Hmm.
no, I haven't. I mean, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I mean, it's pretty much white bread over here right now. Um, haven't gotten into any of that yet. Um, it's pretty quiet on this front. I haven't really gotten it. any little responses, a little experience I did have, I mean, nothing really came of it. So I'm really not as exciting as Mr. Bob and his hot stories. He's got the
Well,
hot stuff.
yeah, I've been going there
I
for
mean,
20 years,
yeah,
so
he's
I have a
got the
lot of
hot stuff.
experience. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
you laying it out.
Mhm.
I have a follow-up question because you've been through different, you've been to Davao, you've been to
Yeah.
Tacloban, Cebu, and of course you met some, some women, and I'm sure you can see some of those Filipina that, for you it's cute. Have you experienced that or no?
Not
That
really.
you can see that not
Not
really.
really. Nothing worth mentioning. Now
Oh my God.
it's not like I didn't make attempts,
Oh my God.
but
What
but
what's wrong with
no,
you?
nothing is happening.
You have a look, and
I do.
you're not ugly, and you have you have the face, you have you're
Really?
tall,
Oh
you're still
wow.
in good in good shape.
Oh Lord. Yeah, but it doesn't mean a thing if if the person you may be interested in is not interested in you. I mean, I'm pretty sure many people probably rejected Brad Pitt. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
Mhm.
yeah. But you know what? Once somebody you rejected, it doesn't mean that your life it stopped there. Okay, it
Oh,
stopped
of
there.
course not.
No,
No,
So,
no.
so you
no. We
just
just haven't found the right person yet. Haven't been in. I have not encountered when you see me or any other man, like says Bob has said. You're in the West. I mean, you've been through whatever experience you've been to,
A
and
lot.
you move on. And
Yeah.
it's just until that time comes when you meet the right person in the right situation in the right circumstance. When that happens, then you turn on your TV one day and turn on your YouTube one day and then say, "Hey, who's that with Geechee?" But that's not happening right. That's not happening yet. Nothing is becoming that yet. But like I said, as you know, it's not like I didn't make any attempt.
okay for Frank. Okay, let me read this Frank advice. For the single guys, just ask for an autograph and ask her, is she on the TV show yesterday, the Darna? So get
Darn, it's
you.
still on TV. My God.
Who
Now, now
who's
for
that?
Darna, now for
Darna.
Darna. Ooh, I might jump over that fence and go for that. They usually get these. Ooh, yummy. Darna. Oh Lord, I just tremble.
So you didn't know the Darna? Who's Darna? Gichi?
Who is Dinah?
That's a Filipino superhero.
Hmm.
Really?
Find it
Okay,
on
I
Uh,
hadn't heard
YouTube.
of that.
it's
Hey, well,
similar.
I
It's
don't
similar
watch.
to Wonder Woman. It's similar to Wonder
Yeah, but
Woman.
see, I don't watch that much TV. I really stopped watching TV years ago. I
Oh my
watch
God.
more YouTube than I watch TV. And now,
Mhm.
right now, because it's not much that I particularly want to watch these days, even on YouTube. I'm actually thinking about getting Netflix.
Just type in Filipino Darna and on YouTube here, and they get the hottest actresses to play that part. Man, oh my God, man.
That doesn't
Oh.
impress me. That is
Uh,
not going to impress me.
Oh no.
It's not like I'm trying to date them or nothing. I don't care nothing about how hot they are. I'm not gonna have no relationship with them.
You,
That's TV. That's fantasy. That's
Git,
one thing I tell you what, man. Geechee Line is turning the page on a lot of that uh,
It's all for your
attitude.
eyes only. It's for your eyes only. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
in most cases, it ain't even for that.
hmm if
Gichi,
So,
I
if
if
you meet your Filipina, you will say to her, "Can you be my Darna?"
oh boy, yeah.
Okay, all right.
I,
So that'll work. That'll work on you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
see it to Sharon. See it to Sharon. Gichi. See, Sharon
Well,
give you
hey,
already,
well,
the clue.
I have to remember
Yeah,
that one. But
I give you the clue. Okay, I give you the
Mhm.
clue. If you meet your Filipina, just say to her, "Hi, Miss. Can you be my Darna?"
Oh boy, oh boy. You'd see all these hearts come boiling out of her.
oh
Oh.
Lord, yeah. Hey, now this
And then the
reminds me of a
woman,
song.
Gichi,
Hey,
the
I don't
woman will
know.
answer to you. The woman will answer to you. Yeah, sure. Can you be my Superman?
Yeah,
Superman.
there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people
Mhm.
have called me Superman, but I think
We-
they were just joking with me
y-
though.
You know what? If you walked up to a Filipina, you will catch her attention immediately with a slip of paper and a pen and go, "Hi, Darna, can I have your autograph? Hi, Darna,
Re-
can I have your art?"
really?
Oh shit,
Oh
Oh,
her
come
eyes will
Lord.
on.
be all over you. Wow, wow, wow. Hey, Mister.
Hey, is
Three
Frank
more.
watching this?
Yeah.
Is Frank watching this?
Yes.
Yeah, look, Frank, you might know the song by Muddy Waters called "Got My Mojo Working."
hmm
They
You know
got
that
my
song?
mojo working, but it don't work on you.
hmm
Mojo.
I
It
know Muddy
reminds me.
Waters. Yep.
Yeah, he knows the song, Gichi.
Yep, yep.
Okay, so I have a question. So, Sharon can answer this also. So, guys, can you tell if this, for those two men, or Sharon, can you tell, if the man's flirting on you, or the two men's, can you tell if the woman flirting you?
What do you mean?
What do you
If
mean?
there is a woman, a man. Yeah, I've been trying
If,
that
if
before. I had experienced that before when I was a teenager. I met a policeman.
No, no, I
Actually, we
mean,
are
the
a
present,
woman.
the present, you can tell that, at your age, you can tell if this man
Yeah.
flirting you, or, for the men also, can you tell if can the woman try to flirt you?
I know.
Can you
Yeah,
tell?
but woman try to flirt men, and men also try to flirt women. I experienced that. I was with my, and it was horrible bit because I was with my husband. Okay, we were drinking together, standing outside in the
hmm
mall because I told to my husband, okay, just finish your drinks before we ride taxi. And then there was a foreigner came close to us, and you know what she said to what he said to my husband? Excuse me, sir. I want to give you 40,000 pesos. I would like to date your girlfriend.
What?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Oh
And
my
then my
god.
husband, my yeah, and my husband told to him, keep away from me.
Yeah, here in the States, if you say that
Yeah,
to a guy in the States, you're going to get a punch right in the eye.
yeah.
Mm.
Pop! Get the hell out of here. I can give you some body language tips when a Filipina's flirting with you. I've seen it
Mm.
before. Okay. Filipinas are different than Western women. When a Filipina looks at you, I've experienced, and she really likes what she sees, she'll look at your eyes and then look away from you, and then she'll look at you from the side of her eyes and then go, and then she'll raise her chin, go, oh.
Oh my god.
Subtle. You got to pay attention. But when one really likes you, she'll go. She'll do that. She'll look at you side eyed and go, like that. That's like, oh my god! I've seen that a couple
Yeah.
times. Like, And I just go, keep walking, Bob. Keep walking. Just keep walking.
Yeah, and I experienced also that a friend of mine flirting to my husband.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
happens.
it happened. It happened. It happened. That's why you cannot trust. I didn't generalize, but you cannot trust Filipino women because I
Mm.
experienced that many times, many
Well,
times.
I don't know because I see that well, I don't really want to mention this girl because first time we do something business, and then first time I met her, and then Frank first time she met Frank, and then we just talked, three of us, and then I already finished the transaction that we have, and I noticed this woman keep tapping on Frank, Frank's
Yeah.
phone,
Uh-huh.
and then
Uh-huh.
the way she laughs, she's very I can tell that the way she laughs, that she's very at home, and then I just, but I don't see, but in my mind, oh my God, the way that, the way she treat Frank, that, they're very close. And then
Yeah.
I tell to Frank, after that, after the transaction that we made with her, and I told her, have you noticed, the girl that, she keep, tapping on your shoulder every time she laugh, it's just like, she tap, and then for the first time, don't you feel something on her? And
hmm
then Frank told me, oh yeah, oh yeah, I know
He
her.
knows what's going on. He
Yeah,
knows. He
she
knows.
really wants to give me a pee. Oh my
hmm
God. And then,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
oh my God, and then really, because I can tell, even though me, I don't really do that, first time. There's foreigner that I met with Frank, but I don't do that because of course I also I also stand my standard dealing with especially that I am a married. So but that she's married also, huh, guys, take note, she's married, and I can see that the way she that my God, the laugh that that uh for me, because women, we have feelings about that, the tone of the love is not the tone of love that she's happy to deal with the transaction that she made with us, but I can tell the tone of her voice, the way she laughed, that is so that's why after that I asked Frank, oh, did you notice the girl? And then
hmm
Frank, oh yeah. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
why I ask that question, because I don't, because some men, they don't really know about the women try to give some pee on
hmm
the man, but they don't. But some me also, that I'm not really into that, but Frank, he can tell, he can tell. And then some men also, that they just in denial that, oh, this woman never give me a pee, but Frank told me, no, he's lying. The way that this person talked with this woman, the way that this woman talked with this, I can tell that this woman give him a pee. So it's just like, the thing about that, sometimes I don't understand that some women, that is this the last thing, because it happens that I can tell she's Filipina, okay, she's Filipina, and I can tell that why she start to flirting with my husband, but I'm not really to show that I've noticed, but I'm the type of the person that, okay, I have my standard. I don't show that I have I don't have class. So I still dealing with, but after she left, I talked to Frank, that, oh, have you noticed the action of this woman? Because
We notice.
when I
Us
when I
guys know
saw
what's
Bob,
going on.
when I saw Bob, that she not only three times, many times, every she laughed, and then my God, it is just like, okay, I'm so, when I finish the transaction, I leave Frank in her. and I can hear their laugh. So in because it starts because I don't want to show an attitude to her because I
That's
can tell.
that's why whenever I go into a mall, my wife makes sure that my nieces or my brother-in-law is always with me, because I've got pictures over the years of the nieces when they were teenagers. They're looking behind me, and one of them will be scowling, like because they see the other girls looking at 6 foot tall uncle, and the nieces are protective of me, and they I've seen it more than once. They scowl at the Filipinas that are looking at me like, get back, you know. Yeah, be careful of those girls from Mindanao. They're tough. They're fighters. I'm telling you the truth. My wife's a black belt. Most people don't even know that. She earned it over 10 years, 9 or 10 years of martial arts. And she's very immediately, as soon as she sees a Filipina flirting with me and approaching us, she'll get between us, and she'll put her arms down to her side and and spread her legs open like that and stand there.
Prepare for the
We're
fight.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Those girls always stop and go the other way. I wonder why, because those girls from Mindanao, they're tough. They'll fight you. They'll hurt you. They grow
Yeah,
up in a different. I've noticed it overall in Mindanao. It's a different mentality than it is in much other parts of the country. Those
yeah,
girls
you
have
know
lived.
what?
The girls have lived through Civil War. My wife grew up during the Civil War years, and she's seen too much. It wakes her up in the middle of the night sometimes, and she's not the woman to mess with. Because if if there's a threat to her husband or her family, she'll hurt you, like like that. Just take you right down. Just letting you
Yeah, it's
know.
just like, it's just like sometimes, when me and Frank we go to the mall, sometimes we do distance, okay? Because I just tell to Frank, okay, if there's I do gonna experiment, there's a lot, there's a lot of women when Frank talk to them, especially in the department store, with shoes or clothes. Frank means, I can tell that, some Filipina, they're very, they're very happy, to deal with Frank, okay? And
Hmm.
sometimes, and I go to the mall, it depends how dress I wear, and then Frank told me that, oh, did you notice that the man staring at your, on your behind? And then, no, I'm not paying attention because, I just go straight, going to the back. And this is the experiment thing that, no matter what, especially if you're not with, with your partner, there's a lot of people try to
Trying to
testing
move
you.
in.
Yeah.
Uh
So
huh. Uh
it's just
huh.
like, sometimes, I surprised that, oh, Fred, did you see that, this man staring at me? And, sometimes, especially in the mall, I don't really, I feel uncomfortable if somebody's staring at me. And then I'm just wonder why they staring at me is just like, they I don't really think that, they think that, I'm pretty. I'm not really think that. It's just like they think, oh, are you're ugly or what? And then, Frank told me, no, sweetheart, it's not the way you think. And then, and then they said that maybe you're, I told Frank maybe they just, oh, look at her, she's so fat. And then Frank told me, no, you're not fat.
Hmm.
So it's just like, there's so many curiosity, especially if you're not, if you, that's why, when I tell to Frank, okay, hold on, Frank, hold on. If we're gonna go to the mall, don't close to me. You can tell there's a lot of women
Uh
look
huh.
at you.
You
Once you
know it.
start open your mouth, especially when they hear that, they think Frank is, Filipino. Once Frank talk, oh my God, especially on the department store area, my God,
I'll give you
Frank.
I'll give you a story here. After we're married, she's living here in the States here, and we used to like to go out once a week, have dinner, and go dancing. How
Mm-hmm.
protective my little Mindanao wife is. We're on the dance floor, and it happens. The other Asian lady sees me dancing with an Asian, and they'll try to cut in. They'll do that here because they see a good looking guy. They'll try to cut in. And I remember one example. We were or a Korean lady were out on the dance floor, and she kept trying to cut in, and my wife would glare at her, you know, get back. And then she kept trying, and I saw my wife doubled up her fists, put her hands down to her side, and lunged at her and stomped her foot and went, ha! And that woman finally got the message, get away from my man. It happens even here in the States, guys. You know, they see a good looking guy dancing with an Asian lady, and the other Asian ladies will try to cut in. That happens. It happens. It happens. She's
I
fierce.
can imagine, your wife is just like, the pit bull that, if somebody's attack, that you gotta,
Hmm.
stay away from my man.
That's how she is. That's how she is. Yeah, be careful. She'll give you a leg sweep, and you'll be down on the ground. She knows what she's doing. Fierce little
Oh,
warrior. I call her my Mindanao warrior.
so how about you, Sharon? Have you see that, like, during the time that your husband is not yet uh disease, have you experienced that, some that, they trying, to flirt you, and some women, they, try to flirt your husband, and
Oh
they
yeah.
don't really, they don't really tell straightly, but you can tell, the body language.
Yeah, especially when they there are some women feeling close to each other, even if they are, especially sales lady. You are right, that Miss Beth. Sales lady, and then they laugh like they are flirting. Their laugh is different. Their laugh
Yeah,
is different. Their laugh is uh saying to catch the attention of the man.
Uh
Okay,
huh.
the
yeah, that kind of
tone is
laugh.
different,
Yeah,
the tone is
yeah, it
different.
seems like
Hmm. Yeah.
flirting laugh, so that the man catch the attention, so that the attention of the man will be her. So yeah, I tried that. I experienced that.
She better look like Darna and have all of her money before I'm going to go for anybody.
Yeah.
How about you, Gichi? I really want to know about you, Gichi. Have you heard that, some Filipina, or, some Western women try to flirt you, but, they cannot really tell you straightly, but, you can tell, the body language and the way they act. Have you experienced that?
No, I can't say that I really have. I've more experienced some that want to fight me, not flirt with me. I'm
In what
serious.
way? In what way, Gichi?
No, I mean, Frank could probably tell you the way people may be in Chicago.
And they're gonna tell you, you give, I need your $5. You can do whatever you want to tell, and I will do that for you. That's what they
Yeah,
tell you.
yeah, and you see, Gitche, you see, deal or no deal, take it or
Deal.
leave it.
He
I
said
know
deal
that.
or
I
no
know
deal.
that. Deal or no deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard of that. Yeah, well, it's been, hey, the deal on the table has not been a good deal. So I got a song I made called "I'm Not a Gambler" because I'm not interested in that deal on the table.
Hmm.
Okay, or you say to the woman, take it or leave it, and then maybe the woman say, damn it.
Not much. Not much. Can't really say nothing. I plead the fifth. Is not too much. Nothing to tell, really.
You're gonna
Yeah.
stand for Fifth Amendment.
He's going to stand
Yeah.
on the fifth.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's
Uh
nothing. Hey, it's nothing to tell anyway. Too much, really, with me.
You know what, Gichi, it's just like, the reason why, the reason why I asked that, so that, if in case that, one day if you meet some, the real woman that likes you, that love you for who you are, and then, this woman, and you can also, you can tell also to avoid things, if you experience women that, especially not for, Filipino or Asian, but, all over the world. But once they can see that, this person, happy, especially Western women that happy with, the men, happy with the Asian women, they trying to ruin you, your
It
the
happens.
relationship.
Hmm.
So the reason why I ask this, so that, if ever that one day you find the right person to deal with you, so you can really, you can tell, okay, this is, the body language of the woman that, try to
Mm-hmm.
ruin our relationship. And the
Yeah.
woman can tell also that, oh, this is the body language, the body
Hmm.
uh gesture of the man that trying to ruin. Because, especially this is what I noticed, Bob, in a lot of Western women, they
Oh,
really hate when they see a man that happy with the, with the Asian wife.
very correct,
So,
miss. I've had experience with that. Yeah.
so they really, before, okay, this is, thing that, you were there, okay, dealing with them, but they don't really care, because, like, they don't really want, because they want that, a man will, you know, 300, 3,000 yearly. That's, there's a some status that they really want. Okay,
I've
they don't
uh,
like, because, if you have 50,000 a year income, they don't, because they're gonna tell that you're broke. Okay, so they don't want. So once they know this, this man go to other country, find an Asian woman or particularly Filipina, they're so upset. So it's
they
just like,
that's true. That's true. Hmm. I worked for Boeing for 30 years, and it's an enormous corporation. And I worked with thousands and thousands of people on the airplanes every day. You know that these American women wanted nothing to do with me until after I got married. You know that they wouldn't even talk to me.
Of
They knew that
course.
I had that I paid child support for two sons. So you're out. You know, you're nothing. You're nothing. But as soon as I got married to my Asian wife, here they come, and most of them were
Oh,
married,
of
who
course.
propositioning me. One of them even got so far where she rubbed her boobs against my back while I was working on the
Yeah.
sidewall of the airplanes, and I saw the ugly side of American women as soon as I got married, because they wanted to do anything to break up our marriage. Because in my opinion, those females did not see that mine was a legitimate marriage. It's nothing. He's married to a foreigner. The women have that attitude. Us men don't. The women do. Well, they were
Mm-hmm.
coming as soon as they found out that I got married. My wife was here with me. Here they come, and most of them were married, willing to do anything sexual
Yeah.
or anything devious to break up my marriage. That is all
Yeah.
a fact. That is a fact. You know what I had to
I
do with that
believe.
one woman who rubbed her boobs on my back? I took her to HR, Human Resources. I turned her in for sexual harassment.
yeah,
I had to
because,
protect myself. You know,
yeah, because,
because
it's just like, it's just like, yeah, that's right, Bob, that's harassment.
it is
That's
harassment.
harassment.
That's one thing. That's one limit
Yep.
I have in my life. No matter who you are, you do not put your hands on me. You do not touch me. The only person who touches me is my wife. That's it. And as soon as she progressed to that point to where she rubbed her boobs on me, we're going to HR. We're going to expose this. We're going to put it right out in the open. Because in the working world here in the United States, human resources will believe anything that a woman says. They will believe
Hmm.
nothing a man says. But
Amen. Amen to that now. I
at
can tell
least I
you
had
that.
that. At least I had that piece of paper. Look, there's a history here
I've
because
seen that.
If I had not have turned her into HR, I know she would have turned it around on me. I
Yeah.
know she would have. I know she would have. And there were others around. As soon as the word got out, don't mess with him. He will turn you into HR. You got to get a paper trail to protect your job here in the United States. They'll believe a woman no matter what she says and
Yeah.
fire you on the spot. A man? No, no. You know
Yeah.
what? I did turn her in with witnesses, and
Yes,
HR
sir.
did nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. Not a
Nothing.
damn thing. I
Yes,
know.
sir. Hmm.
I
Yep.
know about it.
And I remember
Thank you for finding fun with
when they
just
drew it
something
to a
else. So
when
thank you.
HR and when HR drew it to a conclusion that I was a liar, that this didn't happen.
Yeah. Uh huh.
And I said, well, and I was keeping track. I said that is reason 157 why I'm leaving the United States.
Of course.
I looked at that bold dyke working in HR. I said, you can
Yeah.
keep this, you can take this country and you can fucking keep it. It's yours. I'm
Now
out of here.
see.
You know,
Now Bob. Now I tell you, with Bob on the panel here, he's giving you the raw and real
raw and real.
about the hell that a lot of American men, such as I,
And me
have
and many others.
actually suffered what he's talking about.
Hmm.
And I mean, I know about this shit. Everybody wants to. So I don't usually say these type words that
Hmm.
you all are using tonight, but I, but I've experienced this buffalo chips
Hmm. Yep.
firsthand. Yes, I know it. What he's saying,
Yep.
and a lot of thing is with people, they have an attitude is they don't want to see you happy.
Right.
Um, they don't want, they made it clear that they don't want you, or they don't want to deal with you, or they don't want to do business with you, or basically you ain't shit.
Yeah.
But man, like I say, I know they went the hell off when they saw you with that fine Asian
Hmm.
lady.
Yep.
They
I
came out of woodwork.
and it's the women,
You,
isn't it? It's not the men.
yeah,
It's our
I mean
women.
that's who it would be. It would be the women.
Uh huh.
Now, yeah, I can't say that I've experienced that. I wish I have. I wish I've never had an occasion to date a Filipina, but I believe, and I just say this, and I've said it several times before. The Filipina, I believe, is tailor made for me and who and what I really am.
There you go.
And
I agree.
that's one of the main reasons why I'm here and not in the United States.
Yep.
Now I am what I am, that I am, and I gotta deal with that and make that work over here. I
Now
already have a
you two ladies here and any other Filipinas out there listening, you can see why there are passport bros. You can
yeah,
see why we are leaving. We're leaving the United States because of corporates who hire these man-hating lesbians to
yeah,
go there and abuse us men. And you can have it. You can have all of it. You can have when I leave here, you can have all of it. I leave nothing behind. I'm a veteran. I'm a veteran, and a great deal of the United States I hold no loyalty to anymore because of our women. It's not because of the men. I like guys. Guys are easy to get along with. It's our women who are trying to destroy us men. And they're succeeding because they have corporate policy to back
yeah,
them up.
yeah. You have no argument. You have no argument for me.
Yep.
So see,
Yep.
this is why you know I react or respond in some cases the way I do to certain things. Now you probably noticed tonight I've been very quiet,
Hmm.
but when he started dealing with some of this stuff that I could actually relate to, and I can bear witness to it, then the lion comes out, or
There you
if you
go.
will.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But
And all all that
Yeah, we can
harassment,
hear now. We can hear now your roar, Gitchy.
I
and
mean, that's for real.
all that
But
harassment
you,
started when I got married to a beautiful Asian woman.
yes, yes,
Oh
yes.
man, I don't like our women in this country anymore. I don't want nothing to do with any of them. Nothing.
I can't argue with
Nothing.
you. Can't argue with you at all. But let me just say this, just for you all out there, for the benefit of you. I'm a lover. I'm a lover,
Mhm.
not a fighter. I'd rather
Yep.
spend my putting my energy toward loving, and for the most part, that's what I've done. That's part of what has really made me be able to make it this far and do what I've done, especially in the past 3, 4 years. And I don't know if you all have followed my channel. You saw my series, Filipino Love Brought Me Back,
Hmm. Hmm.
where I actually kind of outlined how that actually happened and what that means. But I'd much rather be able to direct my energy toward love, and I do that. I've done it through my music. I've done it through my charity work. Like I said, I came here and spent almost a month in Tacloban, rebuilding a school for the children, which I went to actually saw that school completed yesterday. I actually went back to the Tacloban site and saw that school finished. So, I mean, I'm a lover more so, than somebody that would want to fight. But as always, is you want to get in the right situation, the right circumstance, the right people at the right time where your energy, your love, or what have you will be accepted, received, and hopefully reciprocated. You know what that means,
Yeah,
reciprocated, for you
I do.
people out there that don't know in the English
Hmm.
language? That means you love them and they love you back.
That's all we want. That's
Now
all
that's
we want. Hmm.
that's respect. We
Hmm.
we ain't even saying nothing about respect. Of course, that was the quote unquote topic, but that's mutual respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that respect, if you would break that word down, I remember I went to school, I went to college. Respect, I think the root meaning of that word is to look again. Respect is to
Mm-hmm.
look again. Not
So
look once, but look again.
when you Filipino ladies go down the street in your neighborhood and you see a foreign guy who's left England, who's left the United States, who's left Canada, and will not go back, that's one of the biggest reasons why we leave. And the news media will not report on it because we are being discriminated against in the workplace. We are being abused and discriminated against.
Yeah,
And we can't find any justice here. We're leaving.
yeah,
I'm taking my pension, I'm taking my SSI with me, and I'm leaving, and I'm not coming back. If the United Years ago, if the United States was attacked, I would pick up my rifle and go and fight. Now, I'll pick up my rifle and I'll protect my family. I
yeah.
won't fight for the system now. I won't. I won't do it. Tear it down. Tear it down. It
Tear
needs
it
to be.
down.
Hmm. Let me give me the judges, the lawyers, and the HR ladies. Give them to me. I know what to do with them.
Hey, they'll be singing, "Hey Joe,"
Yeah,
like Jim
exactly.
Hendrix. I
Jimi
Okay,
believe
Hendrix.
I'm gonna
Gitchy,
shoot my
I
old
have,
lady down.
I have a question for you. Okay, like like Bob, there's a woman try to rub her titties on her on his back. If
Hmm.
there's a woman try to rub her titties on your back, what you gonna do with this woman? Are you gonna same way with Bob, bring to the HR, or you gonna kick?
Hey man, I what I did was I consulted with an old friend of mine at Boeing, a man I respected a great deal. He wasn't working in my area, so I went to his office and I said, "Hey, this just happened." He goes,
Yeah,
"Bob, turn her in, get paperwork on it right
hmm,
now. Don't
yeah,
wait. Do it right now." And that's exactly
yeah.
what I did. Went right over to the HR office immediately and turned her in.
Hmm.
because
You know what,
otherwise
Bob?
they would fire me and I'd lose my pension. I worked there
Yeah,
for how many years, and I'd lose my pension. I'd lose everything.
yeah,
Hmm.
they don't care.
No, she
So
just
I
wants to
want to
break up
know,
the marriage.
I want
Mm-hmm.
to know the Gitchis, Lions, Journeys to answer my question. What you gonna do, Gitchy, for if that
Well, it's no use in talking about that now. I mean, I'm retired. Nothing like what you're saying exactly like that ever happened to me. Uh, I have I have had experience dealing with HR on the other side of it,
So have I.
like what Bob is happening. But as far as somebody trying to come on to me like that, that I can't say that has happened to me, so I can't intelligently speak on that.
Hmm.
Okay, um, so that hasn't happened.
Right after I got married to
Hopefully,
my Filipina, I had a permanent chair in HR. Oh yeah, they had a name with my name on it in HR.
mm,
And the most ridiculous thing I saw. Now this is at Boeing Renton Division, working on the 737s. All fact,
mm,
was a Vietnamese lady there. She was a gambling addict and a cosmetic surgery addict. She was addicted to those.
mm,
oh
She always screwed married men on the job. Some of the higher ranking, and she would extort money out of them. So she went through all of the upper tier people, and they knew don't get near her. Don't. So she came back down to the shop level. She turned. I was working second shift. She turned every white male into HR for sexual harassment. All of us. It was like 15 of us. And
oh,
she
I
no,
can
no, let
see.
me finish. And let me finish.
Okay, okay, okay.
HR believed everything she said, and it was all bullshit. She was flexing power. And I mean that damn near lost my job. And me and I remember we had to go to a re-education camp. We had to go to a
mm,
re-education camp. All of us. I showed up, in Tukwila, Washington, to sit down at this table, and here's all my coworkers. I said, "What the hell are you doing here?" Well, what do you think? It was from this freaking gambling junkie. She turned us all in, all at one day, and we were all found guilty of sexual harassment.
Oh my
All of
God.
us. We had to go through
mm,
a re-education camp of 2 days, being taught how horrible men are, especially you white males. You're awful, horrible
mm,
people. You're all
yeah,
guilty. And if you do this, and who was teaching the class was a freaking transgender.
yeah, I believe it.
That's ridiculous.
But it's
That's
true.
America, though.
That's why, ladies, when you see a foreign guy over in your country, and why he's got a big smile on his face, because he's finally free. He's finally walked
Mhm. So it's just like, it's just
oppression,
like,
and it's all coming from our females. It's not us guys. Hmm? What's that?
okay, so it's just like, the problem also is just like from from the system, from the government, because they don't really hear, the voice from men. They just always go on
Women.
the side of
Women.
women. So yeah, I think women that has, they have hydrocephalus. They
They're
had
nuts. Yeah,
Big
it does
head,
come. Yeah, big.
they have a big head
big head.
because of the
Mongoloid.
system that's in favor,
Mongoloid.
that's in favor on their side. Instead, listen also the side of men, but the system won't. So it's just
They
like,
don't.
that's what I mean, that they have hydrocephalus.
Yeah, they're mongoloids, man. But I'm telling you guys all 100% the truth. It just and I kept a score. Okay, that's reason 157 why I'm leaving the United States, and I can't get out of here fast enough. I just can't. I wish that if okay, I love my wife and I want to lay down at night with my wife and protect her and guard her. We could afford to have me living over in Davao right now, but I don't
Mm,
want to leave my wife's side. I love her. But I,
yeah.
I can't get out of this country fast enough. No. Even my neighbor, a neighbor lady's been hitting on me ever since we moved in here. I wait until she goes to work before I go outside and do any yard work. Because she's the same way. She's trying to split up our marriage. She's a rotten old drunk. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole, but she's doing the same shit, you know, hitting on me and all that. And it's not, ladies, it ain't from the men. Those guys are easy to deal with, no matter what color your skin is. We're all easy to deal with. It's from the females.
Okay,
That's what.
Sharon, how do you feel that, when you hear these two Western men that, how they, how they life become, miserable if they, if they stay with this, with this Western women. How does it feel that, we Filipina, they choose us, to live with instead of their, of their women? How do you feel about that, Sharon, as a Filipina?
Okay, as a Filipina, it's just like happy because they appreciate that. They appreciate us, our kindness, and they want also. I mean, they like our culture, the way we
Hmm.
are, how the way
Yeah,
we are, how we treat our, how to treat our companion. Because here it's a fair. Okay, here in the Philippines, it's not unfair to the man. It's both fair to both sides. It's not the woman here is not powerful. It's just like if you are if there is a woman um who file a case against about bad or about the sex, so the judge will find a way if she is telling the truth. So the evidence must be endorse everything that if it's true or not. So yeah, and I am happy because they choose us because we Filipino are we have different attitude and behavior than the Western woman because
for
Western
sure.
woman they want more, and then they want to be the boss in the house. And as a Filipina, we don't do that. It's the man who is the boss in the house.
Yeah.
And that's all
So
we want. Some
Yeah,
respect. That's all we want.
actually,
You know.
Bob, there's a saying that, a Filipino family tradition that, men, we considered men is the light, okay?
yeah,
And then, women are, are the post of the house.
Reflection.
Hmm.
So it's
mm,
just like,
Yep.
we really look into that, you know. Here's the, here's the thing. I agree what you said, Sharon, that, our respect with our men, it's still intact, no matter
yeah.
how, how bad, the things that, men did, for Filipino women. But it's I think it's normal to voice out your, your uh madness with this, with this man. But that's over, so we don't really cursing all the time. It's just like it end up that, we don't have respect, because here's the thing that, like, I mentioned that, in Filipino family, the boss is, the father, so no matter what, like, I don't know if you remember this, Bob, that, the words of my father is meant a lot to us, even though that we have
Hmm.
all, all his children have family. But if there's a certain things that, we need advice for our, for our father, we really listen about that, because the respect is always there no matter what. So it's just like, I also mentioned this, to Frank, that, if, I think if the system change, if they have to be fair, with the, listen to the voice of men, not only
Please.
the
Yeah.
side of women. I think there's not, there's not conflict between women and men in the States, because, the system is, it's balanced. So I think, women, women are not really shown, attitude towards men, because, I can tell if, if the system changed that, of course, the woman will not show attitude towards the man because the man is the provider. Okay, so now that some, but the majority, man is the provider, and the the women is in the house, to manage the household. Okay, so some, now that they both working, but at the same time, the man is the is the boss, or is the king. So now I can tell that it's no longer like that. So I think it's big impact also that the system need to be need to be changed, or need to be stopped, that not
Yeah.
only one side that they hear.
Hmm. But
So
yeah,
I think they have to stop that.
that's why you see so many foreign guys in your country with a big smile and happy and
Hmm.
joking and laughing. It's because when we're out of the country, we're free. Period.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm
you
I
know, and
hoping
I
think
to
one
join
the
those
reason why
ranks.
I think one the reason why like in Chicago they open the borders, because I think they can see they can see the government that the people starts to lower the population, because there's a lot of men move to other country.
hmm
Okay. So is that like, I realized that maybe that's the reason why, they opened the borders in Chicago from Venezuela, because, the men starts, to uh down, the population, because of that, the system that they and especially women, how they treat their men. So that I think that's, the reason why, it's just, they try to open the borders to
um
to
hard
uh
to say. It's usually that's usually politically driven for votes. That's what that's
mhm.
usually
Yeah,
about.
it's a lot of. I mean,
Hmm.
I could tell you because I was born and raised in Chicago, so anything I could tell you on that subject. But I saw the program to put in place to destroy, basically destroy the black man,
Hmm.
destroy the community in
Yep.
Chicago. I saw it 40 years ago. I saw it happening soon after, the loss of Harold Washington. And I saw the program in place, but you know what, people, it was just like a slow moving train,
Hmm.
and people just did not, enough people that probably could have done something about it, they didn't. So everything I saw that was happening in that program has come to pass. They've been pretty damn successful in
Yep.
eradicating a lot of us out of there. They didn't come to the Philippines, they didn't come out of the country because they couldn't afford to. Where did they go? They went to Texas.
Yeah,
They
because it's
went down
near.
south.
Hmm. I've seen it too. I've seen it. I've seen it. They bring in the drugs to destroy the black men's neighborhood, to destroy the family, destroy the family is the core of your
Yep.
life. Once
Yeah,
you
I
throw
think that's
drugs in the middle of it,
in
and it splits
Atlanta.
everybody up, and it's an
They did it.
eventual downfall. It's right here in Washington State too. Same thing. Bring the drugs in, destroy the core of the family. Yep. And
So
the
that's
politicians, you know as well as I do, the politicians have got their hands out waiting for that big lump of cash because the cartels pay
Mhm.
them to turn their other.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. I don't know. I don't hate the United States. I don't. I love my country. I love my people. But I I I have to find someplace else to go where I'm going to get a fair deal, where I'm going to be heard and respected, and I'll go to Asia.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like
So
I take the words of Frank, that in the state it's not really, they said that state is a good place to stay. No, it's not. It's just like the state, it's good to save money, and once you have enough money, just
Get out.
move,
Yeah,
get
that's
out.
what we
Yeah.
did. Yeah, that's what we did. Come here to work and earn the dollars, and then get out. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's. I hate to say that, but that is a fact. You know,
Hmm.
That's was planned in before my wife and I ever got married. She saw what I went through with my divorce and all the other stuff, and she was part of it. The vicious cycle of abuse from my ex-wife when I got married again, and she says, "Let's just earn our money and get the hell out of here." Yeah, let's go. Let's beat it. We got 5 more years and we're both out of here.
Okay, so Gichi Lion, so you've been here in the Philippines that you for over 3 months. Have you decided to this is the place that I want to stay for good, or you're not yet into that, you're still exploring places that you want to retire.
No, I mean, and I don't know whether somebody might think this is positive or negative or what they may think, but my mind was already made up before I left America.
Mm-hmm.
I've been planning and had a program to make the transition to leave America at least over a year. I think I came to the resolution that I was going to make this move probably a couple years ago. Definitely within the less than the last 3 years ago that I started, and a lot of it was me looking at the YouTube genre, if you will, the vloggers who were their subject matter was based around the Philippines, uh, travel and other culture, and also other subjects that they had. But no, I mean, my mind, and even I tell you this right now, I may even be having my bad, moments, reflecting about how bad I might have felt being in America and how badly I wanted to get out of there. And I was talking to, I think, an expat the other day, and we were like, we don't want to go back to America physically, but we also don't want to go back to America in our mind. In other
Yeah,
words, we don't want to
yeah.
start feeling the way that we felt when we was in America.
Hmm.
So, not, getting into all the details of what may go on with that, but obviously there's a transition here for me to get used to things or how to operate here, boots on the ground and all of that. I have had some very good moments here, very good times, a few with some good experiences again with the Cloven project and a couple other experiences I've had. It's a mixed bag, but I'm still in the fight. I know this going back to America to stay is not an option. I mean, I do that, they might well send me back in a body bag.
Yeah, I know how
I
you
mean,
feel.
that's out. That's not going to happen.
Hmm.
So, that door is closed. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
So I'm here. So what I want to do here, and it's not just me. I'm sure it's anybody else that happened to come here. And I guess, one of those. I feel like I'm one of those rare birds that came over here and didn't have a Filipino waiting for me at the airport, because that seems to be the typical stereotype.
That's a norm.
And
Yeah.
I noticed this, and just even today, interacting with people maybe in the market or wherever, they automatically say, "Where's your wife?"
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
yeah, "Where's your wife?
Yep.
Where's your girlfriend?" And
Yeah.
then when I tell them I'm single and don't have a girlfriend, I mean, they like, huh? I
Huh?
mean, they're like flabbergasted
Uh-huh. Yeah.
about that. And then don't tell them, "Oh, I'm not dating. I'm not even dating anybody right now. I don't know anybody," which is true. But so I'm one of those rare birds. People see me and say, "Wow, I can't believe you've been in here. You've been in this country but and I'm talking about Lilibet, 3 months and all that. You ain't got nobody yet. What's the matter with you? You must be doing something wrong." I think,
Yeah.
so I'm dealing with that. But like I said, I'm a rare bird here. But hopefully, the cross I bear will not be in vain, and that soon I'll be able to have that big smile that the young man Bob has talked about early this evening. It's not for lack of it's not for lack of
No.
trying though. Not for
Hmm.
lack of trying.
But you know what, Gichi? Just just take Sharon advice that if you as woman that the autograph and tell are you Darna? So that's really worth, Gichi.
Oh,
I'm probably
share,
not gonna do that. I'm probably
Sharon.
not gonna do that. But let me say this though. Uh, and I say this a lot more than any other vlogger. And it's not fake either.
Mm.
She's probably
Okay.
one of the ones that I have the most respect for
Mm.
in
Can I,
regard for what she's done since I started watching her. And
Sharon,
even
Sharon,
some of my vlogs,
Sharon,
I respond to her.
Sharon.
Yes.
Do you have a Darna costume?
Oh
Do you?
no, I don't have.
So,
I
No, I
don't
want to
have
put.
the Daria costume survive.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
have my
I'll just.
daughter has so much anime cosplay costume.
Okay, all those visions are going right out now. It's all gone. I'll just walk away.
okay. Mm,
But
you
the best
got it.
advice to any Filipinas who are going to listen to this now or later, best advice I can give to you: marry your American, Canadian, European, whoever, wherever he's at. Go there, earn your money, and retire in the Philippines and get out. Just you'll. That's what I've been planning for 20 years. But yeah, darn it.
Okay, Sharon. So I have a question for you. If there's if Gichi asks your autograph, is there's possible that you will give your autograph to,
She ain't gonna
to
give me no
Gichi?
autograph. She had plenty of opportunity to give me her autograph, and I keep y'all love having me and Sharon on the
I
same
am not
show.
Kichi, I am not a celebrity because if I am celebrity, I need to I have a motorcade first, and then after a
Oh
motorcade
yeah.
signing an autograph. But I am not a celebrity, so I don't need to have my I don't need to sign an autograph because I am not a celebrity, and at the first place I don't have yet a caravan or something motorcade.
We need it. You need
Right? No, you're not a
all the blue
celebrity,
ladies.
no.
You get all the
But
blue ladies following you.
you do have an entourage though. You have an entourage, which I saw them in person.
Uh,
Yes, but no, she's not going. I'm not going to ask her for no autograph because we had already went through and told everybody, the whole world, they go back and watch our tape. They already know how many times I done messaged you and emailed you and you ain't answered me. Let's go.
Never give up. Remember I share from the start, Gichi, that once you fail, never give up. Don't stop.
Yep.
Okay?
Oh, I
Don't
don't
quit.
consider failure. No,
Mhm.
I'm not even considering any failure at all.
Just try again. That's all you do.
Try
yes.
again.
Hey,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Uh-huh.
right.
who
Hmm.
knows?
That's right, Bob.
That's
Try
a real man.
again.
That's a real man right there. He don't fall down. He just tries again. That's a
Yeah.
real man does that. Yeah.
Yeah, like Gichi, they said, try and try until you succeed. But for you, try and try until you find.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly, Sharon.
Yes.
Okay, Sharon. So if there's somebody that you like, okay, that you really like, that you can tell on yourself that, oh, this is the right one that I will marry. But this man is in the States living, and then now you can hear about the situation in the States. Can you still able to reside to the, to the state, if in case, you find, the person that living in the state, particular states, so would you
Yeah, but for me, yes, and I will not do, or I am not doing what other Western woman doing. So
Mm-mm.
what if he will be in a bad experience? I don't want her to experience that again.
okay.
Mm.
Yeah, my wife was my rock through
Mm.
all of these years of persecution on the job and persecution from my ex-wife. She was my rock. She helped me get through all of this stuff.
Yes.
That's what a
God
man
bless
needs.
you.
That's what a man
God bless.
needs, as a solid woman who really loves you by your
Mm.
side, and you'll get through it.
Yep.
Yeah. hmm
Yep.
I am
Yeah, you
blessed. I
support.
know that every day. I know that
Yeah.
every day.
God
Mhm.
bless
You
you.
support
I
your
have
man
experienced that.
and you understand his situation and give him more courage and
Mhm. Yep. I recall when I finally got these two. I smoke, so at Boeing we had to go outside the gate and smoke. Okay,
Mm.
and there were two
Yep.
white women who persecuted the hell out of me every chance they
Yep.
got at the smoking area. And I remember one.
Mm.
There were two things that made them both shut the hell up and leave me alone. And the final one was advice from my wife. One of the women's name was Joey, and I don't remember the other one. Just a whatever she is. They kept asking questions. How much does your wife earn? How, blah blah blah. I mean, real personal questions that you should not
Uh-huh.
ask.
Yeah,
And
'cause the
I
first
got this.
one.
I got this piece of advice from my wife, who's a tough Mindanao chick. She says, "Hun, next time they do that to you, pick up your phone and put it on speed dial and hand her the phone." So I did that. He asked me, how much does she earn? Is she a citizen? It's persecution. It's abuse. So I picked
Mm-hmm.
up my phone one day. It was the old flip phone. Hit speed dial, and I said, "Joey, she's on the phone. You can ask her directly. She's right. She's right here. You want to talk to her? You can talk to her yourself right now. You can ask her the same questions." And my wife heard that on the phone. You know what? That shut them both up for the rest of the time I worked around that area. They never wanted to talk to her. They wanted to pry information out of me to use it against me later. Remember that trick, guys. If you're married to a Filipina, dial the phone. She's on the phone right now. You can ask her. She's right here. Go ahead. You can ask her. You can ask her yourself. No, they won't. They won't. They won't go to the woman. They'll always try to manipulate you through the man. It works.
Mm-hmm.
Shut them both up. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so when they hear that, they just, it's
Uh-huh.
that,
And
you
I
know.
think I think the next time I had a little bit of a conversation was I went up to that lady all by herself, not with her sidekick, but by herself. I said, "My wife wants to meet you. She wants to meet you face to face. You good with that?"
Mhm.
She I told him about her reputation of being a black belt and being a real fierce warrior, and she grew up in Mindanao during the Civil War, and she's a killer. I told those women that, and I said, after that, I went to one of them all by herself and went, "My wife wants to meet you. You up for it? We can meet off property anytime you want. She wants to have a face to face with you." You know what? That chick just went, and she never bothered me ever again.
Yeah.
Because that made it for real that this woman
Mhm.
is coming after you. She wants to get her hands on you, and that she never bothered me
Rambo.
again. That's real Rambo shit. Yeah.
It's just like, it's just like Bob, that, if this two chick, and then this is your wife, it's just like, took to my hand.
No, no. My wife is a fierce woman. She is. She wouldn't say a word. She just give him she just sweep her legs out from underneath him and go to work. I mean, she's a killer. And you ladies know what that means. for
Mm-hmm.
real. And when
Yeah.
and I told him my wife wants to meet you alone, and she just went my life, and she realized at that moment that my life is in danger for real, for real. Yeah, yeah. I had to. I. Why should I have to resort to those things? Why? I don't like it. I don't want to deal with that stuff. I don't want to do that stuff. But it was the only way that I could get these women away from me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me welcome Poots. Thank you for coming, Poots.
Puts
I
on
know that
boots.
Poots on Boots. I know that you're busy with your work, but I appreciate your coming here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
4
I don't
p.m.
miss
Okay.
working. I'm so glad I'm retired. I'm so glad I'm out of that frying pan.
Mm,
I'm out. I'm
yeah,
out. I'm out.
yeah.
I'm gone.
I had to stop.
Me too.
Yeah, that's well, for Boots and Boots, it takes years to retire. So
Yeah, yeah. But if you do marry a Filipina, just take my advice. You two stand next to each other, stay strong, earn
yeah,
your dollars, s- get your house over in the Philippines all situated, and then bounce out and get out.
yeah,
I
that's that, because um me and Frank, we always communicate, we always listen, of what his, plan, but actually he's more on the plan, but,
hmm
I'm the one that, okay, I just listen. And then, if there's something that I can add on the plan, that's the thing that I told him, okay, Frank, this is better if we're gonna do this, it's just like communication and of course, teamwork. So
teamwork.
that's
That's what it takes. Yes, ma'am. It takes teamwork. But I'll give you an example of how my Filipina respects me. And you guys who may want to marry one, and okay, 20 years of experience here, guys. She handles the money in the house. I have no problem with that whatsoever. And she
mm-hmm,
respects me so much. Like when we wanted to get a new dryer, that's a big purchase. You know, she brought me the information of different dryers. Samsung, LG, General Electric, all that. She presented to me. These are all the dryers that I'm looking at right now. And da 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 da. She gave me all the information about how much they cost, but she let me make the final decision. That's respect. That's
yeah,
respect. She could have gone out and bought anything she wanted, but she went
mm,
with me to make the final decision. That's respect, guys. That's all a guy needs to keep him happy. Well, not all he needs. He needs other things too.
Mm,
But
true.
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
that's right,
That
Foods.
do not mess with my wife. Yeah,
You know
she's
what? I have a story also that this is because I remember my dad that time he's young when he get widow because about he was 60, okay, but he's not really old that time, he's still can
mhm,
able to have a girl, but there's a lot of young young girls surround with with my dad. And then I have a big sister that in university, she's champion of taekwondo. And then because
right on.
we talk to my my dad that if he wants, if he's lonely, it's okay for us to get he get remarried because I know the feeling, okay.
Yeah, mm,
And then he said no, because no one can replace my mom on him. But this sometimes men, we cannot, the love that we as a children, the love that that we give to my our dad is different than the love that the men look for, for the
hmm
opposite sex.
of
Okay, that's
course.
different. But you know what? This is the thing that my big sister always, some, that she knows that this young lady go to my dad's house, and well, happy hour. So it's just like, oh my god, and then these women that they don't really listen to my big sister. Stay away from our dad, okay? If you're not, you might get in trouble.
Hmm.
And then, at the end of that, my big sister, oh my God, it's just like, oh my God, they don't really understand. They have attitude towards my big sister. Stop fucking, my dad, because it's not good for you, okay? And then, these women, of course, they ask for money.
Oh,
And
here
one
we go.
time that, okay, my big sister told, oh, they don't really know me, okay? Oh, you really want to try, my taekwondo.
Hmm.
It's just like, it reminds me of your wife that, you said your wife, it's a black belter, but
She is.
my sister is just like, oh my god, my sister, she's champion in, doing taekwondo. So it's just like, it helps, because these women, this stubborn, they cannot stay away from my father at that time. And then, my big sister gave them, a really hard kick on the taekwondo, so they stop. So just like, it reminds me that if somebody's that, we all 9 girls above, okay, we don't have brother. If somebody try, to cursing us, we don't really worry about that. Oh, we need a brother, because I have a big
Mm.
sister that she's, black belter in taekwondo. So we're
Yep.
gonna tell, okay, it doesn't matter, she's a woman, but she has the hand, to defend us. But good thing that once they know that, I'm gonna tell my big sister, and they stop. So
Yeah.
that's one thing that,
Uh-huh.
for Asian, that, they think that, oh, these women are, they look, skinny or what, that, just a raggedy woman, but they didn't know that, this woman has lots of
Skills.
experience,
Hmm.
skills.
Skills.
So,
Uh-huh.
so it makes me laugh about that. It's familiar to, my father before.
Excuse me. Excuse me for a moment, ladies. Yeah. Don't mess with a black belt.
Yeah. So, well, it's just me. If somebody try to put their hands on me, I'm not the type of person that, I'm do that, but I know how to defend myself. I know some some move of karate. So it's just like, yeah, I can defend myself for that. So it's just like you, Sharon. Have you been to, karate or taekwondo thing?
Ano?
Mhm. Actually, the reason why, we have a little, move, or, about, karate or taekwondo, because like I mentioned, I have a big sister that championed, and then, she is criminology, and, one of the prestigious university in Bacolod City, University of Negros Occidental Recoletos. So she's champion for that. So she teach us. And also in my mother's side, all my uncles are very good in karate. So they guys go to other cities, to have a fight for that. So I just learn a little steps for that. But I'm not really into that, the whole the karate or taekwondo. Some basic. Okay, let me read this. Puts, yes, she's dreaming already, hopefully, about making me something yummy. Oh, pretty soon you will try the yummy thing. Yummy thing. Oh, Gichi, are you still, still, or you're sleepy?
No, I'm just listening.
Mm.
Okay, me, I am very, very sorry. I need to go because I need to wake up early tomorrow because my daughter will go to school, and I will go also to the hospital for to take my mom's laboratory result, and then after talk to the doctor so that we will proceed to the operation.
Okay, Sharon, thank you so much, for
Okay, thank you
come to my
also.
show. I
Thank
really
you also,
appreciate
Beth,
the.
for
Thank you so much, Sharon, and good night. So, would you like
yeah.
Thank
to
you,
say goodbye
Sharon.
to the
Good
team?
night, Sharon. We
Yeah,
meet
thank you
again.
also, Beth, to be on your channel, and just let me know anytime if I
Okay,
am.
likewise, Sharon. If you need me
Mhm.
on your show, just let me know. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So, good night,
I
Sharon.
just tell to Sir Bob that I go first because I have
Yeah.
work for tomorrow. Okay. See
Okay,
you
thank you
and
so
thank
much.
Okay.
you.
Thank you,
Bye
Sharon.
everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Hmm. Just us.
Well, it's just like, puts, we don't really, if somebody, really harm us, that's the time that we can do some a little move of karate or taekwondo.
Yeah.
As long as, you're good to me, no, you don't have to, you don't have to worry. Because, I grown that, violence in the house is not, it's not allowed. It's prohibited.
Mhm.
um,
I hear him stirring. How many people we got watching now? We got over 100?
well, 7 million. 7 million.
7 million.
Getchi, I have a question for you. Have you been
That's pretty
dating
good.
online, to find a
Yeah.
mate?
Yeah, we talked about that at the last one of the previous live streams.
It
And
worked?
no, no, nothing has worked so far. That's probably something else I'm probably going to make get into a future vlog. But I remember we were talking about the fact that now YouTube is now considered to be a social media now. But no, nothing is, and I mean, not so far. I mean, who has the real science to, success using those apps or sites? I mean, there are different ones out there, and I still think, however people may try to interact or meet somebody, I think it's still gonna, at the end of the day, gonna depend on those individuals somewhat being at the same place, the same time, the same situation where they, feel like they want to interact because, and it's probably thousands and millions of people on those dating sites and probably been in there month in, month out. And then, they want you to pay. You can't really do anything too much for free. You got to pay something. But again, I don't care. You can swipe right 1,000 times. But first of all, nobody swipes right on you. You got so my short description of these dating sites and apps and stuff is just a video game.
Mm,
That's all it is, a video game.
yeah.
Anything?
And
Anyone?
I've never, no, I've got no, I mean, I've gotten
this
zero out of
this is a good time to be able to do that, Geechee, because you're here in the Philippines right now, and you could weed out all of the you could weed out all of the scammers and all of the women that's got BS on their mind because you're
Uh
here.
huh. You're
And
here.
so all you got to do then is say you want to meet them because you're here. They can come and visit. It's a good time.
Did you hear
I
what Frank?
hear. Yes, I did. I was looking at the screen and I was saying, "Where's this other voice coming from?"
Yeah, me
And I
too.
was
I was
trying.
like,
I was like, "Okay, what
what?
is this?"
What?
Yeah, but okay. Yeah, I mean, I hear all of that. It's again, it's for the remaining time that I feel like I want to deal with it. It's still nothing. No, you can't even get past step one unless somebody swipes right on you. And if you do get them, and then you get them on there, and they can't say too much more than "Hi, how are you?" No conversation. You know, to even get to another level. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that, I mean, academically it sounds good, but on the ground, you know,
It's
I can tell you, it ain't necessarily that as easy as it sounds.
look, Geechee. It's all in what you put in on your comments when you put down your requirements and stuff like that and what you're
Uh,
looking for.
yeah.
That's how you get them. And it's all in how you word it. Don't make it sound like you giving away money. Put requirements on
There
it
you go.
and
Hmm.
say what it is that you want in a woman. Okay. And you're going to get some responses. Because I'm telling you, because I did it.
Mm.
I know how to weed out the women that are full of BS, the ones that's looking for money, the ones that's asking for, oh, can you put something on my cell phone so I can talk
Oh,
to
I've seen
you?
those. I've
And
seen
all of the
some of those.
ones that want to tell you, oh, if you send me some money, I'll show you a little something. I'll do something
Oh,
strange for a little
oh,
change.
Hmm.
yeah,
Uh,
that's easy.
So
Weed
you
them out.
weed, yeah, you weed them out, and you will
Yeah.
find some honest, serious Filipinas that are really looking for a good man. And all you got to do now, especially now, being that you got your own crib, invite them to meet you, even if they somewhere like down in Mindanao or something like that, or
Now,
on another island. And man, it don't cost nothing but what, 20, 30, $40 or something like that to get them a ticket.
Yeah.
They'll come.
I'm looking at Lilibet just the way she's looking at.
There
She's
are a lot of
watching, listening to you talk.
there are an awful lot of single professional women over there in the Philippines. A lot. Single
Yeah.
professionals like doctors, attorneys,
Gotta get to them.
registered nurses, all that. They're everywhere over there, you know. Oh my God! We went. Wife and I went to a dermatologist, and the doctor, she wasn't married. Freaking stone cold hottie, man.
Yeah, I've dated women that had their own corporations that had
Mm-hmm.
like 30, 40 employees and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that.
They're
Now,
there.
I've had guys try to tell me, oh, no, you ain't pulled nobody like that. They don't know.
They
Like
don't
I
know.
said, it's all in how you represent yourself. You see,
That's
it's
right.
just like when you look online and you see these women that are saying that men are coming over here because nobody wants them. Man, I ain't
Mm,
never had no problems pulling women.
yeah.
Never, never. I've always had beautiful women on my arm. Okay. The thing is they can't hang with me because I got my act together and I don't have time for BS. So I would like hit it and quit it. That's just like I wrote a comment and I see that y'all can't see my comments because it's on YouTube. But like I wrote about how black women are. When they see you with a 10 of another race on your arm, they are going to try to take you from her.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do everything that they could possibly do to try to take you.
Yep.
See, and I can tell you that because I've dated white women, I've
Mm-hmm.
dated Asian women, I've dated Arab women, and on. I've dated Italian women, I've dated German women, and on. And it's all in the conversation. It's all in how you read people. See, that's why I made such a good collector for the government because I have a gift for the gab and I know how to talk to people. And that's all it takes, man, is to be able to just hold a conversation with a female, make her
Yeah.
smile.
Mm-hmm.
Once you got her smiling, boom, you got her.
You're giving it all away.
Yeah.
Hey,
My wife knows how I am. But that's all it is, man. It's just making women smile. That's all. Compliments, compliment their clothes, compliment their hair, tell them how beautiful they are, tell them a few jokes, and you got them. Ask them, do they want to go out? Take them out. And the thing is here, man, a lot of the women here, they're not looking for you to take them somewhere expensive. You could just take them to a regular place to eat and
That's a
they're
fact.
happy.
That is a fact. That's a fact. Do you know? I'll put this right out there. We've been married 16 years, been a couple for 20, and we have a anniversary. We usually will time that on a weekend. And last two anniversaries we had, we went out to the Tacoma waterfront and sat on the docks, watched the ships go by, eating fish and chips
Mm-hmm.
and Coca Cola,
Mm-hmm.
and had the best time, fish and chips and Coca Cola. A woman who
Hey,
cares for you don't care about how much you got. She
right.
cares
And
about what's in
Geechee,
your heart. Hmm.
Geechee, you from Chicago, man. I know you got some conversation. Okay?
Hmm.
Pick a female. Find out what it is that she likes. And then start talking to her about what she likes. That's all. Like I said, keep her smiling. Make her smile. That's all. And you pull. Go to the mall. Okay? It's easy to pull women at the mall. And especially the girls that are working. Say something smart to them that'll make them laugh. And they'll talk to you.
Hmm.
It's easy. And then
oh,
tell them I see you later and walk away. Then the next time you see them, that's when you ask for the number. You talk to them. If they talk to you, then you know everything is good. Then you ask for the number. Simple. All right, let me get his mic back to the to the
hey,
host of the show.
to the host. Yeah, I heard it all. It all sounds very simple, but for whatever reason, for me, it hasn't been easy. So we'll see what's going on.
You hear that? So you hear that? What Frank told you, Gitche, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because
I
here's the
know.
thing. Here's the thing, Gitche.
I'm a rare bird.
It's easy for you, to deal because you're already here. Okay, you're
Hmm.
just already here.
Yeah.
So take that advice from from Frank. Or if you need the wingman, Frank will help you.
Yeah, I have given that same advice to some single men here online. Just go there. Just go there.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many professional single ladies who will stay next to you no matter what happens. But meeting one online is very rare. Oh,
Yes.
that's rare. It's hard to find. But just go there. Well, I'm gonna bounce down. Thank you for having me up on your panel.
Okay. Thank
Um,
you. Thank you, Bob.
I got good dinner leftovers from last night's experiment from my beautiful wife, and I'm gonna go warm it up, and then I'll put on some headbanging music and rock out for a while.
Okay. Thank you
Peace.
so much,
All right.
Bob.
Thank you for
Okay.
having me.
Thank
All right.
you.
Peace and love,
So see you.
everybody. Take care.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
You. Hey, Bob.
So,
Okay.
so yeah,
Yeah, I know I'm gonna get.
but
Yeah,
that's
so I'm
the
gonna
good
get.
thing, Gitche, that you have somebody trying to help to find a mate, because there's still a lot of good Filipino that you can able to have. And same way, but puts on boots, you made a good decision for that
Yeah,
boot. Okay,
yeah.
so
Some I gotta work
that's
out.
too much work. That's too much work. You should be able to just sit at the mall. Maybe avoid the fancy malls. And I hear that the hunting spot for one that was expensive gift.
Mm.
Well, well, it's not. It's not. It depends. Like like Frank said that it's according how you deal with it. Okay. So let me read this from. Okay, sure.
We're going to get more and more audience. Uh-oh.
The wingman, the wingman. Okay, here's the mic. Let's share.
I could hear.
But the voice is if you want to talk or say something on it. Well,
It,
it says here that 53 shades, that he said that that's too much work. You should be able to just sit at the mall. That's what he said. And then foods
Boy.
maybe avoid the fancy malls. I hear that's the hunting spot for the ones that want expensive gear. Go to Unitop. Hi, Unitop. Bye, Bob. Okay.
okay, that ended.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Gitchi,
Yes.
can you hear us? Okay.
Yeah. I hear some noise, something like some rats or something running around in there.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Frank. If you say something.
yeah. Can you hear me, homie?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay. But yeah, man, don't be just sitting around, man. Get out, Like I said, go to the mall or something like that, you know, going to the bookstore. I've been in the bookstore sometimes when I was visiting here and pulled out certain books and had females to walk up to me and ask me about the book that I was looking at and stuff like that. It's you just
Mhm.
got to be out and around. And if you out and
Yeah,
around, somebody will talk. And then while you're out and around, you could be looking to see if there's anything that you want to get or whatever like that, checking out the stores and stuff like that. But like I said, a lot of the females that work there in the mall, you can start up small conversations. You don't have to ask for that number the first time. Just get them to laughing and then say, see you later on and walk away. Come back another day. Start talking to them. And if they seem to be real friendly, when you start back talking to them the second time, then gotta.
yeah.
It ain't that
I
hard.
hear it all. Yeah, that's well, you know, like I said, I'm one of those rare birds. One of those rare
Just
birds.
like at home, man, in Chicago. It ain't that hard to pull. Especially, man, you from the west side.
Yeah.
And I know
Well,
west side girls are easier to pull than south side girls. South side girls are sedity.
Said daddy.
yeah, it depends. I mean, it didn't happen that way for me. Actually, the one I ended up with was from the south side, but you know, um, I just have a very, you know, I guess my own history of my own journey of how I dealt with people. And just honestly, my skills, I guess you could say, with women have not been the best, have not been that good. So that's why I ran into, probably was some of the issue here. But I still think even with all of that, it's still a matter of meeting the right person at the right time, the right situation, and that's what it's going to take.
But
I can
but
be
if you
out
don't
there,
get
like
out
I
and
said,
meet
people
them,
was trying to beat the door down about these dating sites.
all right, let me run this down to you.
Like I said, that has happened.
Let me run this down to you. It's a numbers game. Meeting women has always been a numbers game. Okay? You may talk to 10 and only get one phone number. All right? You may talk to 100 and only get five phone numbers and on. But if you get the number, you know you got a chance because they interested. And especially now, they give you the thing to be able to contact them online and stuff like that now. The younger women do, and but they'll do it. And especially, I found like when I'm with Lily, when I'm taking her shopping and buying her stuff, women are always looking. Especially when we go into like the women's store, she's looking at the stuff, and then she goes to get one, and I tell her, oh, get two or three. They pay attention to that.
They will said, sana all. They always tell me, what, mom, sana all. My wrong husband, there's a husband that always, the wife needs one, but the husband offer get two or three.
But like I said, though, one of the good things is that you are in the Philippines now. So if you get on a dating site,
Yeah,
you're gonna find out who's for real and who's not for real.
Yeah.
Because being that you here, you could say, "Let's meet."
Mhm. It's easy. It's easy to meet the person, get you, because you're here. Then you were in the states.
Yeah,
I've been
it,
here.
it is somewhat. Well, the thing you gotta look at it, and not like trying to make excuse for anything. In say if somebody's in Manila, somebody's in Mindanao, somebody might be in Tacloban, somebody might be in Iloilo. I mean, it's you still got an LDR situation. It's
No,
just
just
not
send
a
them.
intercontinental
Okay, let
LDR,
me
but I mean,
hold on.
it's
Let me
still
tell you how it
LDR.
works. Let me tell you how it works. Okay,
Go ahead.
send them a ticket. All right.
Yeah, I heard of that. I heard of that.
Once they come, if y'all hit it off, you could believe if you asked her to come to where you at and stay, she'll come to where you're at and
Yeah,
stay.
yeah, yeah. I
Now
heard of
that
that.
much I know for a fact, because I've been coming here for a long time. For a long time. Okay, I done been through 3 visas, through 3 passports. I mean, okay, and they'll come. Now, especially the thing that you do is, like I said, you put down your requirements on the dating site, what it is that you're looking for, and they may seem a little harsh, but if they like you, they're going to talk to you, especially if they see you're not bullshitting, that you're serious about a relationship. You know, if you let them know that you're really looking for a true relationship, possibly marriage, and they'll come but take your time, talk to them, get to know them, talk to them every day or every other day. You know, get them on one of the little talking sites. You know, after you get off of the dating site, get them over on what's the one you talk
WhatsApp
on?
or
WhatsApp,
Messenger.
Yeah, what's up?
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp or whatever it
Yeah,
is, or Messenger, and start talking to
yeah,
them so that you can learn
yeah.
about 'em. And then once you see that y'all kind of getting a connection, that's when you ask them, you want to come here and visit? I'll send you a ticket. Why don't you come spend the weekend with me? They'll come.
Yes, so that it's not the thing that you offer to go with you just to have just to have sex, but it's not that. It's just to have time, the connection that you can tell that, oh, this woman, I like this, or she also that you can tell you that she feels that she might like you, things like that. It's not because some people, once you offer a plane ticket to visit on you where you stay, it's just like it suddenly come on their mind is to have sex on this woman or this man. No, it's not. It's just like how to deal with the feeling, the connection with this man or this woman. That's what Frank really wants to
Yeah.
tell you, Gigi.
Hmm.
Now, I'm going to speak for myself.
Actually,
Look, after you have spent the time talking to them, okay, to get to know them and they get to know you, and you kind of find out that you like each other, then it falls into what our friend Calvin says, the unspoken agreement.
so
All
it's
right. So if they come and they like you, it's going to happen.
Gigi,
Hmm.
you're very quiet. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's all
it's
I
like,
guess. The best.
yeah, makes sense. Try to analyze what Frank, I can
Yeah,
visualize that. Makes sense, makes sense.
I mean, what the heck, man? We all used to be players when we was younger. You just
not
have to
me.
go. You wasn't.
No, I wasn't no player. I was just
Uh,
quite the opposite. I was opposite.
okay. Well, the thing is, just learn to play. Learn to play. That way, you know when you if you realize this ain't no good for me, then you dump them
Mm-hmm.
and move on to the next.
Yeah.
That's the way you have to be if you want to find the right one. Don't let yourself get somebody attached to you and then like they like a sticky booger that you can't get off your finger. It just won't come off no matter how you try to flip it. Okay, that's all it takes, man. If they don't fit the bill, let them go. And on. That's why you tell them come spend the weekend and on. Then that way y'all get to spend time together, find out if you really like each other and on. And if you do, then you could ask them, do they want to stay longer? Because you already bought them a round trip ticket and it don't cost hardly anything, okay, to like anywhere in the Philippines to buy somebody a round trip ticket. It ain't that much and it's worth it. You'll have a good time, take them out to eat, take them to the show, walk around and talk. You have fun, man. It's easy.
All right. I hear you.
Okay, so let me read this from Poots. Come over to show me your cooking. I'll take you to show you around me with watch Netflix and have a popcorn. Okay. So yeah, that's makes sense, Gitri, because you're already here in the Philippines.
Have her to cook you dinner
Yeah.
when she comes. Tell her to show you her
Mhm.
cooking skills.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all go out,
I'll be sure
go
to
to
do
the
that when it
store,
gets to that
buy
point.
some food, come back to the house.
When
She
it gets
cook
to
you
that
a
point.
meal. You gonna eat, she gonna eat. You got a TV set, don't you?
Yeah.
Sit
Yeah.
down, watch some
Actually,
TV.
I'm actually not watching TV now. I might have to get Netflix.
Everything will work out. Ain't no need in being nervous or anything like that.
Yeah.
She's just a human being, just like anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, it's just like Gichi, that, the thing that, because me and Frank, I already mentioned that we met on the dating site. And then, I read his profile message, but it takes, it was so long, okay? So it take me to three times to read it, because first I don't really get what he's looking for. But when I realize, oh, we're something in common, we're something in common. He's not looking for girlfriend, he's looking for a boyfriend.
No,
Sorry.
a
Right.
wife, not a
Wife.
boyfriend. You looking for a boyfriend.
Yeah, I'm not looking for a boyfriend, I'm looking for the husband.
Awesome.
So it's just like, the chemistry, that it really works. I'm serious, that time I was working, and then the only thing that I can spend with him, that I set aside a date in time for him, because just to show him that I'm serious. And same with him, once he deal with with his friend, and he has to go home, because that time is set on me, for our communication. So that's, and then after that, he decided that, oh, this woman is, this is the keeper, wife material, not material girl. So he decided to come here. And I'm surprised, Gitche, that he's shown me the plane ticket. Okay. And then he told me that I might stay here for 4 months. 4 months, we're almost 5 years. So the 4 months, it becomes 5 years. So yeah, the don't I can tell, I can, I have a, I can. I have a strong feeling that you can find. Just you cannot really, okay, if you're not really into that, the frank suggestion, but you can have some ideas. But there's still, your style. You can still, use that, but you can get some ideas that, what Frank told you, that you can really helps, to find a good mate. Kuya Elo, hello, thank you for coming, Kuya Elo. Yeah, that's right. Puts, 4 months. And when the pandemic, a lot of Western men, their wife, they live here because they really go to this back to the state. But no matter how pandemic is bad, terribly bad, Frank never leave me until now. Because even though we apply for the visa, and then he can go to the state anytime, but he's the man that stand, that he never leave me. So that's one thing that I'm very grateful. This man, I love this man. I'm proud to tell the world that I love this man.
Yes, we
Eh,
see that. Yes, very
yeah,
much so.
and I told him, if there, if something happened, that if there's another second life, if I want to marry, it's him. So that's the good thing, that, well, it's just like, it's been, I've been talking with, this kind of BS, Western men. But actually, I decided not to talk to him. But I realized that it's an unfair for this man, that we never know if this man looking for, he's serious. So I gave him a chance. But in that thing, that I'm tired of, finding, because I talk men on the line, that they're an asshole. So I'm tired. So good decision that I give him a chance. And we end up married, Getchi. So that's
Wonderful.
that's the good love story that we had. So I always share this for those, for those Western men, that they're looking for, a better half in other country, because it works. As long as this person or this woman is serious, it really works. It really works.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to tell you what really drew me to her. All right.
Hmm.
I would call. She was a cook. She would set her phone where I could watch, and I used to watch her prepare food. And I was like, damn, she
Hmm.
can really cook.
Yeah, that's impressive. Yes, that is impressive. If you watching them do it, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because but well, for me, for Asian people, for Asian women, it's not, our men, Filipino men, we're not really surprised, because we're trained. It's because one of the qualification of a Filipino wife is, how to cook. So for us, from the start, that we can able, to do a fire on the stove, or open the fire on the stove. Our parents teach us, how to cook. So I remember when I was 10 years old, I know how to cook. I know how to make chicken adobo.
Hmm.
So it's just like my, especially now that there's a lot of things that you can able to learn online. So yeah, well, my skills is natural. But I really want, to back to culinary school, to enhance my, cooking skills more.
Sure.
You can't go wrong with Asian. They are the best. Yeah, that's right. Well, some, there's a little, percentage of, like particularly Filipino, that uh their BS, but this is small, but majority of Filipino are very, we're very caring, loving, respectful. But I'm not saying all, because there's some Filipina also that there's a little personality or attitude, but majority of Filipina, we're very loving, caring, understanding, and most of all, loyal to our partner.
And most Filipinos love to hear a man say that he's looking for a wife,
Yeah, not a girlfriend.
not a girlfriend, but looking for a wife.
Hmm.
And that makes them get serious then.
Yeah, yeah, I think Puts can relate that. Puts can relate that.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay, so Gitchi,
Yeah.
we're gonna end this because I know that's, oh, it's 12:30 now. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
12:30
sure
here.
is. Yeah. So I'll be start staying in a little bit later in the morning. I gotta when I check out, I'm heading back to Cebu en route to San Carlos. But yeah, I appreciate everything. Appreciate y'all inviting me again, and a lot of this stuff now. At least I'm in a. I made the biggest move, and the biggest move was coming to the Philippines. Now it's after
Uh,
bring it on home. You know,
you got WhatsApp?
with getting with
Yeah,
the right
yes,
person.
yes,
Yes, I
Okay, you
do. I
got his
use it.
WhatsApp.
yeah.
Okay.
Of course. Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
always
What's
talk to
that?
him on WhatsApp. Yeah, you know what,
Yeah.
Gitchi, maybe one day that, me, I'm gonna plan, to visit Negros, especially going to your San Carlos. Is that, apartment, you really buy that or just rented?
Oh, it's rented. No, that's not a condo.
Mm,
Yeah, it's rental. And I actually did a vlog on that complex. I ended up taking the apartment that was a little larger than that, but I did a vlog on it on that particular place.
Well, that's good. You got your own place.
yeah.
Yeah, at least for right now. I mean, I'm figuring I went on. I need to get somewhere and sit down, if you will. I
Yeah,
just
he
have
got
to,
his own
the
place.
challenge is just occupying myself,
Now,
you know, keeping occupied and trying to keep us engaged and keep something going. And trying to make some more friends and increase some of my activities and all that in conjunction with everything else I'm doing. Like I said, with these, I'm still, of course, I'm vlogging a little bit, probably not as much, but I'm still doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what, Gitchi, if you're planning to go here in Manila, just let us know because, you're very
Oh, of
welcome
course
here.
I will. Sure I
You're
will.
very welcome, and I will cook for you.
does he ride a motorcycle?
You ride on a
Uh,
motorcycle, Gitchi?
no, no, I don't know how to ride a motorcycle.
Just only car.
Yeah. I
Drive.
know how to drive a car,
Yeah, but motorcycle, you're not.
Hmm.
but not, I don't know how to drive a motorcycle, not yet.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you so much, Gichi.
Thank you.
you're always there for, every time you have, you're not swamped. You always
Right, right. No, I'm not swamped. I'm not swamped at all right now.
And I'm
Like I
gonna
say,
get your WhatsApp
I'm,
number and give you a buzz sometimes, man, so we could
yeah,
talk. Homeboys
she
get to
got it.
talking to each other.
They got it. She got it.
what, Gichi, now I realize that Frank really wants, to find you, somebody that will take care of you. You know, you deserve that. You know, a good, a good mate. You know that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I really do.
Okay, so I will give to you, Frank, Gitch's WhatsApp number. Okay,
Yeah,
so
you
thank you
got it
so much,
already. Yes.
Gitchy.
Thank you.
Put on
Hey, I
good,
think you got a bigger audience. You got a bigger audience tonight, I think.
Bacon Girl, because Bacon Girl is the
Bacon Girl.
sponsor
Yeah.
tonight.
Thank you so much for the sponsor of my show, Bacon Girl. Thank you so much. And also, Kuya Ilo, thank you for coming. 53 Shades. And, Bob, thank you. Sharon, thank you. Gitchy,
There
who
you go.
else? People on the live
That's
chat,
it.
thank you so much, guys. And have a good day and have a good night to everyone. Good night, Gitchy.
Good night.
Night,
Bye.
everybody.
Thank you. Night.